Wow, time flies. It's been a whole year since the last Survival of the Fittest. It's been a whole year since a lot of people consider my breakout performance against American Dragon. See, that night, Roddy, me and you, we worked as a team and got me to the finals, where I proved to everyone that I belonged at the top. But you see, even though I proved to everyone I belonged, I did come up just a little bit short. And you know me, I don't like to come up short. So this year's my chance for redemption. This year's my chance to win the whole thing and show everyone that I truly am the king of Survival of the Fittest.
But Survival of the Fittest 2005, I'm sorry to say, but this is my tournament. It's my chance to prove that my win against Matt Hardy wasn't a fluke, that I am what people say I am, and that is the future of this business.
All right, well, let's go tear it up.
It is September 24th, 2005. We're in Dorchester, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston, as Ring of Honor presents Survival of the Fittest. Dave Prazak joined on commentary by Lenny Leonard.
We're going to kick things off here early on. The first matchup tonight, 6 singles matches. Sal Rinauro and Jay Lethal are going to kick things off here just outside of Boston.
The winners of these 6 singles contests will advance later on tonight to a 6-way elimination matchup, the winner of which becomes the champion of Survival of the Fittest for 2005. Sal Rinauro really started to build his reputation down in the Full Impact Pro organization down in Florida, formerly one half of the FIP Tag Team Champions, along with Spanky. Sal is a shining example of someone who has proven that wins mean everything here in ROH, as the reason that Sal has earned entry into Survival of the Fittest this year is due to his victory in the Four Corner Survival back at Do or Die 5 on August 20th.
Jay Lethal, obviously a tremendous year in 2005, former pure champion himself here in Ring of Honor, and coming off what is probably the biggest win in his career, as he was finally able to hit the Dragon Suplex and take out Low-Key the Rottweilers.
Back at Glory by Honor 4, a huge win for Jay Lethal. Let's see if he can keep the momentum in his favor. This is an opportunity, a tournament such as Survival of the Fittest, for someone such as Rinauro, such as Jay Lethal, such as some young athletes like Jarrell Clark and Milano Collection AT, who get an opportunity here tonight to really show what they're made of, show what they can do in that ring, and show the fans of Ring of Honor they mean business here in ROH competition.
Yeah, somebody's going to make themselves a star in one night here tonight, and these fans are in for quite a treat. Sal Rinauro taking over early on the arm of Jay Lethal right there, trying to fight his way up from the bottom.
It was last year that Austin Aries really elevated his stock in professional wrestling through his performance at Survival of the Fittest, despite coming up a little bit short. Maybe this is the year that Aries can take the whole thing. But it's a great opportunity for young athletes to really build their reputation, as Rinauro showing good agility, maneuvering his way back to a standing position with the side headlock on Jay Lethal.
Yeah, Jay obviously with a little bit of a power advantage on Sal. Sal needs to utilize his quickness, and he did so just there, and he's still controlling that arm with a key lock there. Jay Lethal unable to find the answer for Sal Rinauro early on here.
Referee Todd Sinclair checking the shoulders of Jay Lethal. Lethal set for a pure title shot next week in Manhattan against the winner of tonight's BJ Whitmer-Nigel McGuinness matchup for the Pure Championship.
2 count there from Lethal, showing great strength as he bridged back, able to get Renauro's shoulders down to the mat. Only a 2 count, and Sal right back to work on that arm.
Of course, it was in Manhattan that Jay Lethal dropped the Pure Championship to his mentor Samoa Joe back in Manhattan Mayhem. See if he can have a little bit better luck in Manhattan next week. Big spine buster from Lethal.
Just drove the back of Renauro's head into the canvas. Cover here. Only a 2 count from Lethal.
Looked both of his legs to try to get the leverage, but Rinauro wants this victory himself.
With that 6-man finale later on tonight, elimination rules. It would behoove these guys to get in and out of these singles matches as quickly as they can and conserve the energy. And Lethal trying to punish Sal Rinauro with a backbreaker. Another cover.
Rinauro able to kick out. Of course, I mentioned Milano Collection AT, a top star from Japan, making his Ring of Honor debut here tonight, just outside of Boston.
Very excited to see him here tonight. My first chance to get a look at him up close. Seen great things from him on tape, and I'm very, very excited to see him here just outside of Boston as Jay Lethal continues the assault on the back of Sal Renaro.
First time to see his adorable pet dog as well. Brings to ringside with him. Heart chop right across the chest of Renaro in the corner.
Irish whip out of the corner. Renaro hooks on the brakes. Reversal. Lethal up and over. Nice backflip. And a drop kick from Renaro catches Lethal right on the chin.
You can do all the backflips you want and landing on your feet, but if your opponent drop kicks you right in the mush, you're going down, and he gets a near fall out of it.
A little slow to cover there was Renaro, only able to get a 1 count. Hard forearm shot to the face. Nice belly to back suplex from Renaro.
And he has that history of a bad neck right on his neck with that maneuver, but only gets 2.
Yeah, Rottweiler's hit him with that cop killer double stomp combo. Put him on the shelf for some time earlier this summer.
Forearm shot from Sal Renaro. The fans encouraging Jay Lethal here.
Inverted atomic drop. Renaro off the ropes. Caught with a hip toss into a backbreaker by Lethal. Cover here.
Well, he's focusing on the back of Sal Renaro thus far in the matchup. As he's picked one body part and he's sticking to it. Very smart strategy on the part of Jay Lethal.
Lethal trying to get his second win here. Recover from some of the early offense from Sal Renaro, who was working over that left arm. The go behind right Jay. High angle backdrop. Drops him right on the back of his neck. Again going for a quick cover here. Hooks the leg.
Renaro very resilient though, kicking out and staying in this matchup. It's all on the line right here.
Lethal now stalking Sal Renaro.
Coming off of that victory against Low Key Glory by Honor 4, it would certainly put a stop to any momentum that Lethal has here in ROH if he were to fall to a newcomer to the roster such as Renaro. But this hold right here puts pressure on several body parts all at the same time. He's got the legs tied up, the arms stretched out. Nowhere for Renaro to go.
Except
he uses his leverage.
I was going to say, except sit right down on the shoulders and get a near fall, but Lethal pops right back up and knocks him down with a hard clothesline.
Lethal trying to stay focused here. Fans here in the Boston area getting their first look at Sal Renaro live and in person.
Said Sal's been so impressive down at FIP. Former co-holder of the tag titles with Spanky. Spanky sort of took him under his wing down in Florida, showing him the ropes, trying to bring him up right, as it were. And Sal's been a very good student of Spanky's, and we've been very impressed with him so far in his couple of appearances here at Ring of Honor. But he is hardly whipped into the buckles, and his back is being worked over by Jay Lethal.
See a lot of instances of some of the more experienced and more successful athletes that have been in ROH for a long period of time, taking some of the younger wrestlers under their wing and really helping them improve as athletes, improve as wrestlers.
Well, that's what it's all about when you're a veteran, is giving back to the business, giving back to the people who are coming behind you. And we've seen that time and time again here in Ring of Honor. And Sal Renaro is in a bad way in the corner after that side Russian leg sweep into the bottom turnbuckle. But he fights his way out and kicks Lethal off to the center of the ring.
Sal trying to pull himself up in the corner, connects with another kick.
Skins the cat there, but he's caught with a drop kick, nowhere to go.
Hung out to dry up on the top row. See if Jay Lethal can capitalize here.
Lethal going to the outside on the apron, taking his time, or he says that's it.
I do. What do you have in mind? He's got Renaro placed up top. Lethal climbing up himself.
The man in a very precarious position, perched up top here.
Sal trying to fight his way out of this position. And he scores with a big top rope bulldog.
Has to find a way to get over and make the cover here. He might be able to put Jay away right here.
But he's been so worn down, he's seen punching his back that Lethal is focused on for the matchup thus far. He doesn't quite have the energy to follow up with an immediate cover. Needs to work his way back to his feet as Todd Sinclair applies the double count. Sal really digging down for some extra energy to fight his way back up.
Both men struggling to get up, hanging onto the ropes, finally able to get back to their feet. Forearm shots from Renaro, rocks Lethal, shoots him off. Clothesline knocks him down hard, but Lethal pops right back up and runs into a back elbow. Spin kick takes him right off his feet, and Renaro with a flurry.
Needs to stay on the man. Great opportunity.
Reversal by Lethal. Tornado DDT.
Cover. No, Lethal able to get that shoulder up. Great agility shown by Sal Renaro, springboarding off the second rope, catching the head, and planting Lethal with the DDT.
Sal has things going his way here. Needs to find a way to put Jay Lethal away right now.
But Lethal firing away with a forearm shot and an uppercut. Chop across the chest. Renaro with the combination. Nice German suplex with a bridge. Lethal able to kick out.
Case right there where the weight of Sal Renaro, or lack thereof, working against him. Unable to keep Lethal down with that bridge. Just doesn't have enough body weight to hold a guy like Jay Lethal down in a move like that. Lethal able to kick out at 2.
Works his way back to his feet in the corner. Chop from Renaro. Open hand strike across the chest. Another chop. But Lethal firing back. Hooks him for that running suplex. And Jay Lethal likes to follow it up with the top rope flying headbutt. Can he connect? He does! Oh, but Renaro able to kick out.
Sal Renaro digging down, able to kick out at 2.5 after the diving headbutt. Will Jay Lethal go for that dragon suplex here?
Renaro off the ropes. Rolls him up. Only gets 2. Both men back to their feet. He's got the waist lock. Maybe looking for the dragon suplex right here if he can get the full Nelson.
Renaro putting on the brakes, fighting with everything he's got here. Trying to make it to the ropes, but Lethal drags him back to the center. Renaro drops down.
Full Nelson. Can he get it? No. Elbows to the side of the head. Chin breaker over the shoulder from Renaro.
Cover.
Renaro doing a good job of successfully avoiding the dragon suplex thus far.
Obviously keeping an eye on Jay Lethal, studying the tapes. Knows that he likes to go for that move after the headbutt. Now Renaro on the outside.
Just waiting for Lethal to get back to his feet. Sal Renaro taking a chance.
Nobody home.
It doesn't pay off. Dragon suplex.
Jay Lethal puts away Sal Renaro with the dragon suplex to advance.
Out there scouting talent, I found something really great. Just like the top manager does at a business corporation, I'm gonna bring this talent and I'm gonna rise them to the top of the next level. I'm gonna rebuild Lacey's Angels around this talent. We're gonna be bigger and better than ever in Ring of Honor Wrestling. Tonight, I'm gonna look around some more and see what I find. You'll just have to watch and see what happens with Lacey's Angels. It's gonna be great.
All right, cut. Thanks, Lacey.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up, gorgeous?
Whoa, what?
Sometime you and I go out sometime.
Sometime we go out? What?
I sure
who
will.
do you think you're talking to here? I am the top businesswoman in Ring of Honor. How dare you speak to me like that? Get out of my face! You're such scum! How dare you!
And we are ready for your second qualifying matchup in Survival of the Fittest as classic Colt Cabana set to take on Ricky Reyes of the Rottweilers.
Once again, Colt Cabana finds himself face to face with a member of the Rottweilers. It was Homicide jumping Colt Cabana in the parking lot in Buffalo at Dragon Gate Invasion, and now it's Ricky Reyes trying to get to Colt Cabana maybe for Homicide here.
Member of the Rottweilers, there's still that standing issue between Cabana and Homicide. They had that out-of-control brawl at the last event. Still a score to be settled between those two men, and it looks like perhaps Homicide sending Ricky Reyes after Cabana to soften him up a little bit here. But right now it's Cabana going to town on Reyes.
Cabana saw Reyes coming, able to avoid him, and he's taking over with a series of right hands, and he is all over Ricky Reyes. Hard elbow to the top of the head.
Two former ROH Tag Team title holders, part of the Rottweilers and the Second City Saints. Cabana with Reyes, sent to the ropes. Leapfrog from Cabana, deep arm drag.
And a second from Cabana. Be surprised at the quickness of Colt Cabana by a man of his size, but he can go toe-to-toe with just about anybody, and he sends Ricky Reyes out to the floor.
Oh, Cabana's very versatile. He can go European style, technical wrestling. He can fly if he needs to. He's a very skilled athlete. He can brawl. We've seen that on many occasions, and he can have some fun in that ring. And it was Homicide feeling that he was disrespected on Good Times, Great Memories that it caused Homicide to attack Cabana in the parking lot.
Cabana all over Ricky Reyes, sends him in the hard way. Big bolo uppercut rocks Reyes, making two, and Reyes is in all sorts of trouble here. It is all Colt Cabana.
Reyes sent to the ropes. Goes through the legs of Cabana, trying to use his lethal kicks right here. Ricky Reyes has some of the hardest hitting kicks in Ring of Honor today. Clubbing forearms across the back of Cabana now. And there we see Lacey taking some notes, scouting some talent. She's looking to add to Lacey's Angels. And see, maybe she sees something in Colt Cabana or Ricky Reyes here.
She's had her eyes on quite a few people here in ROH in the last couple of weeks. Right now, Ricky Reyes going to work on the arm of Colt Cabana. Another hard kick from Reyes. Cabana in the corner. Reyes going to drag him out by the foot to the center of the ring.
Again, kicking away at that arm. Focusing on the shoulder of Cabana. Hooks him maybe for belly-to-back suplex, but Cabana holding his ground. Grabbed hold of the side headlock, but right back after that arm goes Reyes.
Looked like he was going for the Fujiwara armbar there. Instead, just drives the knee into the ribs and the back of the shoulder blade there of Cabana. Still doing more damage to the arm, softening him up here.
Cabana able to take him down with the head scissors.
Wrenching back across the neck and head. Reyes, though, able to get to his knees and reverse it. Another hard kick.
Lacey still has her eyes on the action here. Currently has the existing members of Lacey's Angels on suspension because they're not picking up enough victories in ROH competition.
Hard chop from Reyes. Stands up Cabana.
Cabana just trying to shrug off the effects here. Ducks underneath that attempt and connects with a chop of his own. Going to work on the chest of Reyes.
Forearm shot to the top of the head, make it two.
Flurry of offense from Cabana.
Hard whip to the corner, follows him in. Butt from behind. Another forearm shot running to the top of the head. And Cabana now starting to take back over on Reyes. Trying to shake the cobwebs out of that arm there.
Took too much time. Reyes right back to work on that arm. Really cranking back on it. He's got it in the center of the ring too. Cabana trying to scurry toward the ropes. And he makes it.
Cabana smartly knowing where he is in the ring at all times. Able to get his feet on the rope. Eliminate the pressure from that armbar. Reyes again though staying right on it. Right on that arm with the kicks.
Ducks that kick attempt. Okay, brought up from Cabana. But he only gets two out of it. Get back to his feet, looking to follow up.
Reyes slow to get up there after that moonsault off the second rope. Again though, goes right back to that arm. Rolls him up.
Only near fall for Reyes. It's underneath the kick attempt once again. Big lariat takes his head off. And it gets him the victory. Cabana advances. It's the lariat of Cabana that put down CM Punk back in Punk the Final Chapter. It earns him the victory here tonight. The Code of Honor is followed by Roderick Strong and Jarrell Clark as we get underway with your third qualifying matchup in Survival of the Fittest.
Jarrell Clark, a mainstay in the FIP promotion down in Florida. Very impressive down there. These two tore the house down at Florida Rumble not too long ago in FIP, and they look to duplicate that matchup here for the fans just outside of Boston.
Much like Sal Renaro earlier on tonight, this is an opportunity for Jarrell Clark to really show what he's made of to the ROH fans. Jarrell's been itching for that chance to work his way into Ring of Honor competition for quite some time now. He's finally getting that opportunity and showing off his skill right here, getting the better of Roderick Strong on that exchange.
Roderick, though, able to show some quickness of his own there. Nice firing carry takeover. Takes Jarrell right off his feet.
Jarrell Clark, a very agile competitor, likes to utilize the 630 splash, as well as several other high-flying maneuvers in his repertoire.
And Roderick has been known to use a backbreaker or two and maybe a chop.
Every once in a while, he puts those particular holds to use. And that would probably be his strategy here against Jarrell Clark.
Drop toe hold for Roderick. Wrenching back on the knee. Look at the torque on the ankle there as Roderick sits back down on the ankle, the knee twisting back against the grain. Lots of pressure being put on the anterior cruciate and medial collateral ligaments of Jarrell Clark. That will certainly slow him down as this match wears on.
And he's twisting away on his leg, too. Roderick Strong in control. You know, giving opportunities to people like Jarrell Clark, Sauer Narum, and Milano Collection AT later on tonight. Ring of Honor is all about giving young talent the opportunity to become stars. It's not about just bringing in the established talent in professional wrestling. Ring of Honor likes to build talent, likes to create stars. And tonight is a good chance for Jarrell Clark, as well, you know, someone like Roderick Strong, who's been on quite a roll. He wants to prove that that victory over Matt Hardy was not a fluke, and it could be tonight. Tonight could be the night for Roderick Strong to really elevate his stock of professional wrestling.
There again, you see the quickness we talked about of Jarrell Clark coming into play as Roderick Strong has to go to the floor there, try and buy some time and get away from Jarrell.
Trying to shake off the effects as Jarrell just waits inside the ring. Roderick getting a little frustrated. Maybe taking too much time. Jarrell Clark fakes him out on the dive.
Roderick saw that one coming, able to scamper away. Jarrell put on the brakes.
Head scissors on the floor.
Roderick unable to get away that time. Jarrell Clark is going to take this to the streets.
He's pulling out all the stops. Here to earn the victory and work his way to the six-way elimination matchup later on this evening.
Catches Roderick coming in with a shoulder block. Up and over the top, Jarrell off the ropes, and he's caught with a leg lariat.
Got all of it. Roderick now going for the cover. But Jarrell able to kick out.
Said Roderick coming off one of the biggest wins in his career over Matt Hardy. Just another in a string of impressive performances by Roderick Strong. The butterfly suplex takes Jarrell up and over, another cover.
And his partner in Generation Next, Austin Aries, a part of Survival of the Fittest this year as well, looking to get that victory this year. To not only impress, but to come out with his hand raised at the end of the night.
And that seems to be Roderick Strong's mantra lately as well. He's done with impressing people. He's sick and tired of just having a great match on every show. He wants to put victories together. He wants to do it here.
Some great high-flying offense there from Jarrell Clark. Only gets a near fall, and Roderick takes his head off. Rolls him over, cover. No, only two.
Just about taking Clark out of his boots with the clothesline there. But Jarrell able to fight back.
Backbreaker right over the knee. And kicking away at that back.
Hard kick right between the shoulder blades, softening him up.
Roderick likes to utilize the stronghold, the modified Boston Crab, with his knee driven right into the back of his opponent while holding onto the maneuver. Has earned many victories via submission with the stronghold.
Hard forearm shot. Big chop across the chest. Echoing throughout the building.
Scoops him up, plants him with the body slam. Roderick rolls him over to expose that back and drives the knee into it. And again. And now it's camel clutch time. More pressure put on the back while pulling back on the chin as well.
Yeah, Roderick needs to sit down a little bit deeper in this hold. You see Jarrell leaning forward, trying to alleviate some of the pressure on his back. If Roderick would sit down a little bit deeper, he'd be able to get a little more effect in that hold. Or he can just club him across the chest as hard as he can.
That'll do the trick. Another cover from Roderick, but Jarrell gets his shoulder up. You want to talk about stars being made? Strong has risen up the ranks here in ROH. You can even make an argument that he's ROH's MVP this year. but he needs to win tonight to become a bona fide main event. It's one thing to beat Matt Hardy. Maybe it was a fluke. He needs to prove the people that say that it was a fluke wrong here this evening.
A hard chop across the chest of Jarrell Clark. Roderick starting to assert himself here.
Looking for the vertical suplex. Elevates him and drops him down. Back of Jarrell Clark connecting with the canvas. Going for a second and he gets it. Holding out of the head. Make it 3. Delayed vertical suplex. Holding him upside down, letting all the blood rush into the head of Jarrell Clark.
Ref Mike Mondo's checking on Jarrell, seeing if he wants to give it up there.
Great show of strength and power as he finally drops him down for the 3rd time.
Roderick, they're wasting time here playing to the crowd. He should have went for the cover.
Yeah, that could have cost him. That hesitation before going for the cover allowed Jarrell Clark just that extra second or two to dig down for energy to kick out. Goes through the legs, holds on, pump handle coming up, and dumps him right on his face.
Jarrell takes Roderick up and over, but can he capitalize here? He's going off the ropes. Handspring with a corkscrew press. Hooks the leg. Only able to get 2.
Well, Jarrell Clark certainly impressing the fans here in the Boston area, but again, impressing people only does so much. It's all about getting that win. Standing shooting star press.
Nice combination off the 2 baseball slide leg drops. Jarrell Clark showing something here as he's digging down. Roderick puts on the brakes and shoots him off. Sunset flip.
Oh, so close right there. Just a sunset flip.
Yeah, he was unable to get the feet over the arms and keep Roderick's shoulders down.
Military press coming up. And the back of Jarrell Clark just collided with the turnbuckles cover. Oh, he kicked out. And Roderick making him kick out repeatedly, making him expend that energy to stay in this match.
Roderick was able to follow up a little bit quicker. You saw him go to his corner after he let Jarrell go. Didn't follow up with that cover right away. May have been enough to give Jarrell a chance to kick out there. Another hard chop to the chest.
The fans, they came to see the chops and the backbreakers, and they're getting it from Roderick.
DDT from Jarrell Clark.
He went for the tilt-a-whirl slam, perhaps a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, but Clark able to catch the head of Roderick Strong and plant him with the DDT.
Both men down here as the crowd starting to get behind him.
Roderick back to his feet.
Leg lariat from Jarrell takes him down. Drop kick takes him off his feet. Cover here from Clark.
Might not have thought that he would get a victory off of the drop kick, but again, much like Roderick was with Jarrell, making him expend that energy to kick out. Takes out the legs, maybe looking for the stronghold right here. Jarrell trying to fight it off, slingshot right into the turnbuckle, face first.
To the midsection from Roderick.
Going for the powerbomb.
Clark fighting his way off. Plants him.
Wow, takes him over with the Rana. Excellent snap on the maneuver. Covered by Clark. Roderick kicks out.
Both men starting to show the effects of the offense here, slowing down. Another boot to the midsection from Roderick. Powerbomb folds him up.
No, only 2.
Once again, going right back to work on the back of Jarrell Clark. Look at the pain on the face of Clark as he reaches back.
Roderick looking to follow up. Took too much time. Jarrell Clark with a couple shots to the midsection.
Not much.
Roderick clubbing down across the back again.
Not much steam on those shots from Clark. Roderick again cuts him off with a knee.
Puts on the brakes. Elevates Clark, but he lands on the apron. Snaps the throw to Roderick Strong on the top rope. See if Jarrell can capitalize. He's got Roderick down.
Likes to use that slingshot senton from the outside. Oh, instead it's a springboard moonsault cover.
The springboard 180 moonsault from Jarrell Clark. More high-flying offense, showing his agility. Not able to put Roderick away.
Once again, Jarrell reaching back, the pain on his face. Oh, he couldn't get him up for that powerbomb there.
Too much devastation to the back, and right there, more high impact on that body part. Stronghold cinched in, and Jarrell taps. Roderick advancing.
Nowhere for Jarrell to go, right in the center of the ring. Roderick Strong just too much damage to the back, and he moves on at Survival of the Fittest. Generation Next and the Embassy is going on hard and heavy.
Oh, heat-seeking missile right into the guardrail.
Rave unable to even get his roll off.
Austin Aries wasting no time getting his hands on Jimmy Rave. As you said, the war really heating up between the Embassy and Generation Next here at Survival of the Fittest. And now he's forcibly pulling that robe off of Jimmy Rave's body.
That is no way to treat the crown jewel of the Embassy.
Of course, we've got Prince Nana and Jade Chung wrapped in that sheet on that dog collar.
And that is just despicable the way they keep treating this poor girl. There is no room for that in Ring of Honor. This is exactly another reason why we need an authority figure around here.
Just pounding away on Jimmy Rave.
What? Get the match in the ring! Get in the ring!
Referee trying to talk some sense into Aries to take the action back inside the ring. There is an issue between these two, but it is a matchup to determine who moves on here at Survival of the Fittest.
Austin Aries no doubt wants to win here at Survival of the Fittest, but he wants to punish Jimmy Rave, and he is doing that here on the outside. Another hard chop to the chest, and it is all Austin Aries here.
Rave doing his best to try to get away from Austin Aries and his assault as they take it all around the ringside area. Another hard chop from Aries.
Aries Finally going to try and maybe drag him into the middle of the ring here. Going to get this action where it belongs, between the ropes. There's Nana on the outside trying to interject himself here.
As he always does, causing a distraction, takes his eyes off of Jimmy Ray and pays the price. This time it's Aries leading the barricade.
The Embassy likes to play the numbers game. Whether it's Nana, Jade Chung, you name it on the outside, they're going to do everything they can to distract their opponent.
Big headbutt from Jimmy Ray on Aries. And sends Aries head over heels into the barricade.
These two still have yet to make it inside the ring. Todd Sinclair giving these guys a lot of leeway on the outside.
Trying to lay down the law. He's the senior official here in Ring of Honor. Getting in his face is Prince Nana. As Ray just choking away on Aries. Of course, the homecoming saw Ray interfere in a tag match and hit Austin Aries with a chair to cost him the matchup. Aries defeated Rave at Punk the Final Chapter, but he was laid out by Rave and the Embassy after the matchup. They've been involved in several memorable tag team matches at Redemption, Night of the Grudges 2, and Dragon Gate Invasion, as the war has really heated up in ROH between these two factions.
And Nana's bringing in outsiders, hired guns to get the job done, trying to take out Generation Next. We've seen Abyss on their side, we've seen Spanky on their side.
And of course, the latest addition to Generation Next, Matt Sydal, earning a spot in Generation Next in Dayton, Ohio. Right now, just choking Aries on that top rope. Well, at least he's taking the action inside the ring. Referee trying to gain control of this match.
Nana pleased with Jimmy Rave on the outside as usual.
Aries trying to hold on to the ropes to keep Ray from pulling him into the center of the ring.
Hard Irish whip from Rave, and Aries hits the turnbuckles hard.
Pulls him into the center of the ring. There's not a man handling Jade Chung on the floor.
Apparently she strayed a little too far on her leash. Now he's going to wrap it around the ring post.
Aries blocking the suplex attempt. Rave can't get him up. Clubs down across the back of Aries. Repeatedly. Can he get it this time? Finally he does.
Over here from Rave. Only able to get to Todd Sinclair right there. Rave now looks like he's focusing on the back of Aries. You saw him whip him hard into the steel barricade a couple of times on the outside, and now again going to work with the rear chin lock. More damage being done to the back. Now ripping at the face there.
Draws a warning from Sinclair. This one's about more of just a fight between these two men rather than a hope-for-hope wrestling match like we've seen thus far in the qualifying matches here at Survival of the Fittest.
Definitely these two bring a personal issue into this one, not just about advancing here in the tournament. Much, much more at stake between Generation Next and the Embassy.
Aries firing back, and a knee to the midsection from Jimmy Ray puts a stop to whatever offense he can mount. Covered by Ray, but Aries gets his shoulder up.
Rave just driving all of the air out of the chest, hitting the solar plexus hard with that knee. A lot of momentum with Aries coming off the ropes. Then just sitting down here with that rear chin lock.
Pressure put on the back as well as the neck. And Nana just talking trash to Austin Aries at ringside.
Aries very close to the ropes there.
And what's with Jade Chung being wrapped in a sheet?
No idea, apparently.
Because the fans aren't allowed to see her body or whatnot. Come on.
Aries able to get up to his feet here.
And he's able to get Jimmy Rave up on his shoulders and drives him down to the canvas. Buys Aries a little bit of time to try to catch his breath.
Good defensive wrestling from the former world champ.
Ray favoring his back, but he works his way back to a standing position and kicks away at the back of Aries.
Aries having trouble getting to his feet there. Catches a hard right hand from Jimmy Rave in the corner. Trying to shake the cobwebs out there over that second rope. Another right hand drops him.
Rave just stomping away at the chest.
As Nana again drags Jade Chung around ringside by that dog leash.
Well, it's not just the fans, it's not just us, it's everyone in the locker room is just disgusted by the actions of Prince Nana and the treatment of Jade Chung. Let's focus on the match. Jimmy Rave driving the face of Austin Aries into the top turnbuckle. Pulls him into the center once again, across the ring, and back first into the turnbuckles. Connects with the elbow as well.
Another hard right hand right to the top of the forehead of Aries there.
And a warning for the closed fist.
Now he's just going to drive the boot into the chin and the throat there in the corner, choking him.
Not getting behind Aries.
Fighting back with a boot to the midsection. Caught with a clubbing forearm across the back. And a hard forearm shot to the chin. And again, just choking him with his boot right across the throat there. Another warning from Todd Sinclair.
Aries trying to stay in this thing. Of course, Aries was the breakout star of last year's Survival of the Fittest. No one will forget the finals against Bryan Danielson, which got Match of the Year votes, but Aries lost, and this year he's determined to finally win the thing and get some revenge on Jimmy Rave, who would be a bonus here in the qualifying match.
He has his work cut out for him in that first regard there. Jimmy Rave is all over him right here in the corner now, just choking him in the corner.
And it's not just Jimmy Rave. Of course, you got Nana, you got the Embassy. You never know who might be peeking out from behind that curtain.
Aries having trouble getting to his feet there. Rave picks him back up and another hard chop to the chest. And another right hand.
Just going to work in the corner, but Aries fires back.
Once again, the Rave cuts him off with a forearm shot to the back and a series of right hands.
Draws another warning, and he just shoves Sinclair out of the way. Roaring elbow. Down goes Jimmy Rave. See if Aries can mount some offense here.
He's got to find a way to capitalize. Running drop kick, nowhere for Rave to go.
Aries needs to go for the cover here. He's very worn down. Trying to get that energy as Jay Chung looks on. And we've even seen Mick Foley and Matt Hardy try to take action because of the mistreatment of Jay Chung here in ROH.
Aries now up to his feet. Rocks a right hand. Make it two and another hard left hand. Aries rocks Jimmy Rave in the corner.
Use the other half of your body.
Just pounding away on Jimmy Rave in the corner with a series of strikes. Tries to duck down out of harm's way, and Aries pulls him right back up.
Finally, Rave able to escape the corner, but not that jumping back elbow off the second turnbuckle. Covered by Aries.
Only gets two. Aries looking to follow up here. He's got Rave in a weakened position.
How much does Aries have left in the tank, though?
Oh, he's been on the receiving end of the vast majority of this matchup.
Ducks the enziguri.
Nice combo from Aries. Cover. No, only two.
Drove the ankle right across the top of the knee and into a belly to back. Almost able to put Rave away. He says that's it.
Maybe thinking about hitting that brainbuster here.
Jay Chung up on the apron.
Well, Jade up on the apron. Rave with roll-up. Handful of tights. So close right there. And Nana just screaming at Jay Chung on the floor. Aries with Jimmy Rave up on his shoulders. Archer wrap. Plants him. Inverted Finley roll.
Aries going to the top.
Can we see the 450?
Usually it follows the brainbuster.
Frog splash. Nobody home. Big spear from Jimmy Rave. And the running knee. Cover. No, he gets his shoulder up.
Nana is living on the outside, but Aries is able to get up at 2.5.
Taking issue with Sinclair's count. Looked fair to me. Aries trying to pull himself back up. He's in a world of hurt right now.
Jimmy Rave taking his time here. Slowly dragging Aries to his feet.
Setting up for gonorrhea. And he gets it.
Picks him right back up. Going for it again.
But Aries, great agility, landing on his feet. Kick to the head.
He just punted Jimmy Rave right in the face. Jay Chung on the apron, distracting the ref.
Prince Nana with the chair. Out to the midsection from Aries. Going to town on Nana, yeah.
Rave's got the chair. Right across the back, right in front of referee Todd Sinclair. That's got to be a DQ.
Well, Jay Chung was up on the apron trying to distract the official. I guess the embassy's plan didn't quite work out. That's going to be a disqualification. Austin Aries moves on in survival of the fittest.
Just another example of why we have to have an authority figure here in Ring of Honor to stop the shenanigans going on with the embassy here.
And Ray just putting the boots to Aries after the bell.
But how much did that chair shot take out of Aries as he moves on in the tournament? Look at them going to work on the back.
Just stomping away on his back. He's got to wrestle again later tonight. Here comes Roderick Strong to save his partner. But the embassy have done their damage.
Introducing first, formerly residing in Japan, now residing in San Antonio, Texas, weighing 192 pounds, making his ROH debut, Auto Collection
18. There is the opening bell of the Ring of Honor debut of Japan star Milano Collection AT, and he certainly has his hands full here in his debut with an ROH icon in Samoa Joe.
Well, we like to say that survival of the fittest is here for someone to make a name for themselves, for someone to elevate themselves to superstar status here in Ring of Honor. And no better way to do that for Milano Collection AT than to knock off the man, Samoa Joe.
Milano Collection AT got his start with the T2P organization. The Toriyama 2000 project made his debut on May 13th of 2000 and is looking to work his way into U.S. competition and call Ring of Honor his U.S. home.
He'll go a long way to achieving that goal by knocking off Samoa Joe in his debut here at Survival of the Fittest, and he's using sound strategy to enable that right now by trying to take Joe off his feet and eliminate the size and strength advantage that Joe obviously has as he carries into this match. And there you see right there the shoulder block from Joe just swats him like a fly.
You can't do that to an Italian supermodel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But
Hey.
Jimmy Bauer.
Sorry to interrupt you guys for a minute, but I have absolutely huge news, a huge announcement. The contracts have been finalized. Kenta Kobashi, the legend from Noah in Japan, is coming to Ring of Honor, and he will face none other than Samoa Joe next week in Manhattan. Kenta Kobashi against Samoa Joe, it doesn't get any bigger than that. The next night in Philadelphia, it will be Samoa Joe teaming with Low-Ki to take on Kobashi and Homicide. We're just putting four of the best in the ring together to tear the house down. Kenta Kobashi coming to ROH to face Samoa Joe. Absolutely huge news. It doesn't get any bigger than that. And I'll hand the action back to you guys. What a card that's been so far.
Well, Jimmy Bauer, move over Gary Michael Capetta. He's getting all the scoops. Kenta Kobashi coming to Ring of Honor.
Unbelievable news for the fans, and forget the fans, for us here in Ring of Honor, we get to see the legend in person. I can't wait. In my hometown.
Milano Collection AT bringing away on the arm of Samoa Joe, and Bauer's back in the bleachers. I think he's been drinking again.
There's no bleachers here.
Samoa Joe back to his feet. Works his way out of the clutches of Milano Collection AT.
So Joe trying to shake the feeling back into that arm there. Again, sound strategy by Milano, working a body part, take the big man off his feet and eliminate the size and strength advantage.
Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
That's not going to eliminate the size and strength advantage.
Well, Milano does have a good height for a Japanese competitor here in ROH. He isn't quite as strong as some competitors might be, such as Kenta Kobashi, but he does have the height advantage.
Nice go behind by Joe, right into the hammerlock there. Milano very close to the ropes, but Joe drags him wisely into the center of the ring.
Keeping the arm in hammerlock position down on the canvas.
Snapping back on the wrist. Bending that elbow back against the grain.
Keeping Milano chest first down on the canvas. Really favoring that arm now. Samoa Joe going to work.
A lot of pressure put on the deltoid muscle in the outside of the shoulder there by Joe when he snaps back on the arm like that. Once again, controlling the hands of Milano Collection AT.
Trying to work his way out of it, and he does. Turns it right around on Samoa Joe.
Nice reversal on him with the Hindu squats there, but Joe again with a reversal of his own.
Milano rolls through, rolls back.
The outside, and then back in. Nicely done.
Ties up the arm on the second rope. And releases at the count of 4.5.
And going back to work on the arm of Joe. Very unorthodox there, but a nice reversal on the part of Milano Collection AT.
Milano likes to put the ropes to use in terms of tying his opponent up in the ropes, at least for a couple of seconds at a time before the referee forces the break.
Drop down Joe up and over. Leapfrog by Milano, Joe off the ropes. Nice split.
Great agility.
Rolls through. Head scissors takes the big man down.
I'm very impressed thus far as now we're going to see Milano, again, putting the ropes to use, tying up Samoa Joe in the bottom rope here. So that Samoa Joe has nowhere to go. The knee of Lita, the Paradise Lock, tied up in the ropes. Connects with the drop kick.
Just driving the feet into the shoulder of Samoa Joe, who was all tied up in knots. Up and over with a pork chop.
Takes Samoa Joe down to the floor. Fans very appreciative of Milano Collection AT here in his debut.
Todd Sinclair trying to get the men back into the ring. Samoa Joe struggling to get to his feet. Tossed back in by Milano.
Joe trying to shake out that arm. And of course, Samoa Joe defeating BJ Whitmer in the four-corner survival at our last event. BJ Whitmer, one half of the tag team champions here in ROH, along with Jimmy Jacobs. Samoa Joe has made no secret of the fact that he wants to become the first Grand Slam champion to hold all three of the titles in Ring of Honor at some point during his career.
Leaping forearm smash in the corner, nowhere for Joe to go.
Ringing away on the arm of Samoa Joe. Milano Collection AT sends him across the ring. Comes charging and Joe just prevents him.
Catches him coming out of the corner with the Uranagi. Driving the back of the head of Milano into the middle of the canvas.
Joe still favoring that left arm. Pulls Milano back to his feet, snapmare, chop to the back, kick to the chest. Samoa Joe off the ropes, he comes and drives down with the knee. That's the counter.
Hooks the leg, only able to get a near fall there. Kind of leaned back on him, a little lax on the cover, didn't put all his weight down. Across the chest of Milano Collection AT. Hard chop to the chest. Sends him out of the corner. Charges in with a running knee to the chin. Dave?
Somebody got a dirty face. Time for the face wash. And I think that Milano Collection AT knows what's coming. Oh, and it's called a giant boot. Connecting with your face.
Samoa Joe with things going his way here. Again, a lax cover leaning across the chest. Joe enjoys about an 80-pound weight advantage. He should have used a little bit to his advantage there and put all that weight across the chest. Forced Milano to expend some energy to kick out there. Instead, he just kind of laid across him lax and was unable to get more than a 2 count.
Joe may have that weight advantage and perhaps a strength advantage. But again, when both men are at a standing position, you can tell that Milano does have the height advantage in this match. Joe shortens up on the arm, connects with the forearm strike, and a knee strike to follow up.
And drives the boot right in the back of his head. He might be unconscious here. Todd Sinclair's checking on him.
We can have a knockout victory right here for Samoa Joe in the qualifying matchup here at Survival of the Fittest.
He has not moved an inch, Dave Prazak.
Sinclair applying the count. That could be it. Samoa Joe certainly hits hard. And Milano slowly
up to 8.
Getting his wits about him. He's back up.
9.5, and Joe charges out of the corner. Smart strategy by Joe, getting right on the man. Elevates him over to the apron. Forearm shots from Joe. Does the splits to avoid the chop and drives the arm over the top turnbuckle. Excuse me.
Showing good flexibility right there and good timing to maneuver his way out of Samoa Joe's path.
Well, able to shake the cobwebs there from that hard kick right back to the arm.
Joe has been nursing that arm throughout the matchup very smartly. Milano Collection AT focusing on that body part.
See, driving the feet, one into the side of the head, one into the armpit as he pulls back hard on the wrist, stretching the ligaments in the elbow as well as the shoulder. But Joe able to use that size and make it to the ropes.
2, 3. Releases at the count of 3. Milano back to his feet, contemplating his next maneuver. Again, staying on that arm, connecting with the axe handle.
Very focused here on the arm of Joe. Boot to the arm. And Joe sweeps the legs, catches him coming off the ropes. And a senton right across the chest. 280 pounds, that might be it.
Only gets 2 out of it.
And Joe choosing to just lay back across the chest.
Power bomb. Turns it over into the STF. This could be it for Milano Collection AT. Joe changing it up into a crossface.
Lots of pressure put on the neck and the arm.
Really pulling back on the hold. Again changing it up. But Milano able to reach the bottom rope to force a break.
Good ring awareness by Milano, able to find his foot to that bottom rope and force the break. Nice combination of submission moves by Joe there. But all of them working generally on the neck, back, and arm all at the same time. Staying focused.
Kick right to the chest. And again.
That one may have caught Milano on the chin as well.
Get off the hair, Joe.
Joe effectively putting those kicks to use in this matchup. Maybe kick him upside the head one more time. That'll do the trick.
2, 3. Oh, psych. Come on.
Another hard chop across the chest by Joe. And another. Trying to snap Marin, but Milano hangs onto the ropes.
Utilizing good ring positioning right there. Able to block Samoa Joe's attempt.
Catches a knee to the mush for his trouble. Joe sends him off. Nice handspring off the ropes with a lariat, knocks the big man down.
Can he capitalize? He's got Joe down. Going back to work on that arm once again. Joe gets the boot up, but connects with the enziguri.
Joe down. Milano maybe getting a second win here. The crowd's starting to get behind him. Drags Joe out of the corner. Off the ropes.
Back senton from Milano. But not enough. Joe able to roll that shoulder up off the canvas.
Very difficult to keep a man the size of Joe down when you are a smaller man than he is. Hooking the leg for all he was worth. Power slam from Joe!
Holds onto that arm. Looking for the cross arm breaker.
Joe having trouble wrenching back on that hold. You see the damage done to the left arm of Joe by Milano. Unable to get all the pressure on that cross arm breaker.
Joe back to his feet, connects with the open hand strike. Matrix is underneath that attempt. Roundhouse kick. Right upside the head. Springboard, twisting senton. The Armani shoe exchange, but not enough.
Staying right on Joe here.
Looks like he was going for the AT lock. Death Valley driver, not enough to put him away.
And also Buster right in the center. Cover. He got it.
Samoa Joe advances into the six-way elimination matchup, but still nursing that arm. That could become a factor later on this evening.
Very impressive outing in his debut by Milano Collection AT. I look forward to seeing more of him here at Ring of Honor, but Samoa Joe moves on.
Christopher Daniels getting right in the face of James Gibson. A little animosity between these two. This was supposed to be a title shot for Christopher Daniels before James Gibson lost the ROH World title to Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, this match was signed way back before Gibson did lose that title, and Christopher Daniels obviously upset. He came back to ROH for one reason, and that is to become the world champion, and he does not get his chance that he was hoping to win that belt tonight.
Of course, this not being a title match, it is a high-stakes contest, though. It is part of the determining factor in who moves on later on tonight to the six-man elimination matchup here at Survival of the Fittest.
See Daniels jumping all over Gibson. Hard boot right to the face, knocks Gibson down.
Of course, Gibson's matchup against Bryan Danielson, where Danielson won the belt, one of the best pure professional wrestling matches, one of the most smartly wrestled matches that I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Really display of both of their abilities and just what they're capable of in professional wrestling.
Yeah, far be it for me to channel the spirit of Mark Nolte on an ROH broadcast, but that is as close as you're going to get to a Jack Briscoe, Dory Funk type of title match with all the importance, all the tremendous scientific knowledge of two of just the best athletes in the business with no chains on them, able to perform their craft to the best of their ability in front of a crowd who appreciates it like no other. And I cannot put over enough how tremendous a match that was for us to see.
And on the heels of that reference, I'll quote Gordon Soley and say it was the definition of a game of human chess. As right now, it's Daniels with Gibson out on the floor. See if Daniels takes a chance here as Gibson tries to work his way back to his feet. Daniels hits the ropes. Baseball slide, but doesn't connect. Gibson now chopping away at the chest.
Gibson looked up at the last minute, saw Daniels coming, able to maneuver to the side, and now catches him with a couple of forearm shots and an elbow right to the top of the head of the fallen angel, who drives the elbow right to the midsection. And a hard, now they're just trading forearm shots on the outside.
Of course, James Gibson, before losing the belt, he had signed on for 3 more dates for Ring of Honor, and he is honoring those commitments. He said that he was going to stick around ROH as long as he held on to the championship and defend that title with honor. But even though he's no longer the champion, he still is going to fulfill his commitments and give the fans here in ROH 3 final dates.
What a way to cement his legacy here in Ring of Honor. Not only win the world title before he makes his way back to Stanford, but to win Survival of the Fittest. That would just be the icing on the cake of the ROH career of James Gibson.
We'll certainly put him in the history books in yet another dimension if he were to come out on the winning end of this tournament here tonight. ROH officials have decided they're going to let Gibson choose his opponents for his final 2 shows here in ROH, and he has already selected for our next show in Manhattan. It is going to be against Jimmy Yang, his former partner, making his ROH debut. Get to see what Jimmy Yang is capable of with the shackles released.
Can't wait to see that match. I've been looking forward to Jimmy Yang for quite some time, and now James Gibson, though, going to work on the outside, driving the knee to the side of the face of Daniels, who was leaned up against the barricade there.
It was James Gibson coming to Ring of Honor after really building his reputation elsewhere that it really started to come into his own and show the fans just what he was capable of in professional wrestling. And Jimmy Yang getting a similar opportunity to display his talents for the ROH fans.
See if history can repeat itself with Jimmy Yang, another member of the Young Dragons, making his debut next week against his former partner. It's going to be a tremendous matchup. But right now, Gibson again all over Daniels in the corner.
Working over that arm as he wraps it around the top rope, holding the arm in hammerlock position and drop kicks it.
Driving the feet right into the shoulder blades. Now just slapping him in the back of the head, talking a little trash.
Oh, it was Daniels that did the trash talking first.
Turnabout is fair play, absolutely.
Firing away at the midsection of Gibson. Still focusing on that arm, staying on that body part, driving his body weight down across it.
Obviously, Daniels in some pain, kicking away at Gibson, trying to keep him away. Unable to make it to his feet here. Gibson right back to work on the arm.
course, these two collided at Redemption on the 12th of August in Dayton, Ohio, as part of the four-way elimination matchup for the ROH World title, where Gibson won the championship. But this will be their first and probably only singles matchup in professional wrestling.
We are very excited to have that here for the fans in Boston.
Still holding that arm in hammerlock position. Referee Todd Sinclair checking on the condition of the fallen angel. Gibson bridging forward to put maximum pressure on the hold.
He uses body weight and pull back.
Daniels trying to work his way back up.
Look at the strength of Noble, able to bridge up. Nice roll up from behind, though, by Daniels, able to get a near fall.
Daniels connects with two elbows to the side of the head, make it three. Forearm shot. Nice flurry from Daniels, but really nursing that arm. Gibson's done an excellent job thus far in staying on that limb.
Daniels trying to shake the effects of that offense off there. Still feeling a little bit of numbness, maybe a little bit of tingling in the fingers there.
Forearm shot from Gibson. As Daniels by the arm, set to the ropes. Tucks his head, Daniels landing on his feet. Off the ropes comes Gibson, tilt-to-whirl backbreaker.
Dragging the knee right into the small of the back of Gibson. This may be enough to buy him some time, get some feeling back in that left arm.
Daniels the first one back up. Crowd getting behind Daniels.
Hard knee to the back. Another hard knee to the back as the crowd seems to be split here.
Two excellent technical wrestlers. The fans are very appreciative of their abilities. Hard into the turnbuckle again. Back first goes Gibson. As Daniels looks to be focusing on that body part thus far in the matchup.
Still showing the effects of that Fujiwara armbar from earlier on that James Gibson applied to him. That left arm still obviously causing him some discomfort.
Another backbreaker right over that knee. Into a cover. Making Gibson kick out. Right in the center of the ring, has the knee into the back, stretching out those arms, putting pressure on the back. Gibson with nowhere to go.
Right in the center of the ring, Daniels just driving the knee right into the small of the back there and wrenching back on the wrist. You see it kind of turn his arms there in the end when he pulls back on the wrist. More torque on the shoulder blades, more torque on the deltoid as he drives the knee right into the back. Gibson, though, able to make it to his feet.
Trying to power his way out of it. Right back to it goes Daniels.
Daniels sort of used Gibson's momentum against him there, enabling him to keep control of the hold.
Thus far advancing to the elimination matchup later on tonight, Jay Lethal, Classic, Colt Cabana, Roderick Strong, Austin Aries, both members of Generation Next, and Samoa Joe. Winner of this contest to complete the six that will do battle elimination style to determine who is the winner of 2005 Survival of the Fittest.
Again, Noble able to get to his feet, but catches an elbow to the mush. Samoan drop. And a cover here by Daniels, hooks the leg. Another near fall. Right back to work on the back.
You know, I mentioned earlier tonight that a case can be made for Roderick Strong to be the MVP of 2005 here in ROH, but James Gibson, just exactly what he was able to do in such a short span of time that he was competing for this organization, you know, all the memorable matches that he put forward, a strong case can be made that he is the MVP for ROH this year. One great match after another. He was the one that beat Punk for the title, and he can really cement his status of MVP by winning Survival of the Fittest here tonight. Delayed vertical suplex here from Daniels.
Nicely done. Takes Gibson right off his feet. Hard across his back. More damage done to the back. And again, driving the elbow from the outside in. Another crossface
pulling
here.
back. Very close to the ropes. Gibson trying to reach his arm toward the ropes, but Daniels trying to wrap his leg around the arm of Gibson.
And Daniels needs to pull that left leg a little more forward, and then he would trap that arm. Didn't do it. Gibson able to grab the other foot now, grabbing the right foot of Daniels to break the hold with an ankle lock there. Nicely done.
Into the ankle lock goes Gibson. See the expression of pain on the face of Christopher Daniels as Gibson just cranks away on it.
I don't think he realizes how close he is to the ropes. Now he does, finally able to make his way to the rope and uses his foot to kind of kick Gibson off of him there and drives a shoulder in the midsection. Doesn't even phase Gibson though, but he couldn't hold him. All the damage done to the back of Gibson. He was unable to hold him for that slam.
Right back to work goes Daniels, driving that knee into the back repeatedly. And again, stretching out those arms with the knee square in the back. Now, getting back to that matchup coming up between James Gibson and Jimmy Yang next week, it'll be interesting to see if Jimmy Yang can do what Gibson did this year and really make an impact when he has no restraints on him here in ROH. You can say that Jimmy Yang is exactly where Gibson was when Gibson made his debut against Spanky at 3rd Anniversary Celebration Part 2 in Dayton.
Daniels still going to work on the back of Gibson.
Look at the determination of James Gibson working his way back to his feet out of this hold yet again. Trying to turn the tables on Daniel.
Daniels trying to fight him off.
Saito suplex right on his neck. Gibson slow to follow up because that back has sustained such punishment. Double count administered by senior official Todd Sinclair.
You see Daniels clutching the back of his neck. Gibson grabbing at the small of his back. Daniels able to get to his feet first. But Gibson blocks him and fires a couple of hard shots. Sends him off the ropes. Elbow takes him down. Another elbow knocks him off his feet. Second win here from Gibson. Daniels hard to the buckle, comes out. Now he's able to get the scoop and a slam. Climbs the turnbuckles and drops the elbow.
Jarred his back while dropping that elbow, though. Only gets 2. Daniels able to get that shoulder off the canvas.
Yeah, he's still suffering the effects of all that damage done to the back. Slow to follow up. Trouble with the scoop and the slam, and again with the elbow, you see the jarring motion of that elbow when he hit the canvas. Obviously causing him some discomfort and just slowing James Gibson down here.
Looking for the Tiger Driver, trying to butterfly the arms. But Daniels effectively blocks it. Neck breaker from Gibson. Daniels able to kick out. Holding onto the back of his neck. You know, Christopher Daniels has really made an impact since his surprise return to Ring of Honor at Death Before Dishonored 3, confronting CM Punk, saying that he was coming after the belt, held at that time by Punk. Of course, CM Punk battled for 60 minutes at the Homecoming, a very memorable scientific bout. Daniels has had some problems with Samoa Joe, too, going back to Redemption. So much history for Christopher Daniels here in ROH, dating back to 2002 and the very first show. He wants to fulfill his destiny and win the world title. Winning tonight will be a big step to putting Daniels into the title picture.
Another near fall there from Gibson. Starting to take over a little bit here. Short arm clothesline knocks him down hard. Cover. Gibson needs to start asserting himself here.
Oh, it was Daniels with the knee into the back of James Gibson, stretching out those arms repeatedly several moments ago. Now it's James Gibson trying to wear Daniels down. Here holding onto this chin lock right in the center of the ring.
So Daniels trying to make his way to his knees, alleviate some of the pressure of the hold. He has a bit of a height advantage on Gibson, so if he can get to his feet like he did just there, he'll be able to break the hold with a couple of elbows. Gibson sets a little soon, caught with a boot. But a spine buster from Gibson. Hooks the leg.
You see Christopher Daniels grab the back of his neck once again, as his neck did absorb a lot of the impact of the spine buster.
It's a very jarring maneuver to the back of the neck as well as the back.
Gibson back to his feet. Daniels again clutching his neck. Stopping away on the neck of Christopher Daniels. Sees that weakness, and Gibson focusing on it. Of course, he likes to put the front guillotine choke to use.
Something that'll be made much more effective by all the damage he's been doing to the neck.
As Daniels hung up in the trio O, and out to the floor he goes, pulling back on that neck. Putting even more strain on that body part.
Also strain on the knee. Look at the torque on the knee of Daniels as he's hung up.
That's ugly. Kicking away on the midsection now. Tide of the match has turned in the favor of James Gibson here.
Gibson, it looked like he actually did Daniels a favor there by pulling him down off that top rope.
Both of these men wrestling a very methodical style.
I think a lot of that has to do, neither man here wants to be the one to make that first crucial mistake. You know, when you're in there with a caliber of athlete, the likes of Christopher Daniels or James Gibson, it could very well come down to whoever does make that first mistake. So they're taking their time and picking their spots.
Look at Gibson just slapping across the face of Christopher Daniels as he fires away at the midsection of Gibson.
This one's starting to break down. He was just slapping away at the midsection.
Temper starting to flare. And Gibson comes out on the better end of that exchange.
Hard forearm shot to the chin drives Daniels right to the mat.
Oh, you know Gibson is determined here in his final ROH appearances to leave on top.
Like you said, he's able to create quite a legacy for himself here in Ring of Honor in a short period of time.
Just choking away, has that arm wrapped up. Kicking away on the neck and the arm of Christopher Daniels.
So to win over a guy the caliber of Christopher Daniels, like you said earlier, would go a long way to cement his status as the MVP of Ring of Honor this year.
Doing more damage to that neck, utilizing the rope. Slowly making his way back inside the ring.
Able to catch a little breather there on the outside as well. Daniels having trouble getting to his feet here.
Gibson could be taking too much time here. Daniels trying to pull himself back up in the corner by the ring rope. Kicking away at the midsection to Gibson.
Fires back with a kick of his own. Dropping Daniels in the corner. Now he picks him up. Hard chop to the chest.
Firing back on Gibson. Hard chops from Daniels. All the way across to the other side of the ring.
Said that hesitation by Gibson there may have been the one mistake I was talking about earlier.
Hard Irish forearm combination, but Gibson puts a stop to that. Gets his boot up as Daniels can't charge it.
Desperation move from Gibson. Look at the glazed look on his face.
Neither of these men can afford to sustain a loss here.
It is all about the wins here in ROH.
Gibson up to the second rope. Palm strike from Daniels.
Gibson goes limp on the top turnbuckle.
Modified iconoclasm right there from Christopher Daniels. Both men are down.
More damage to the back of Gibson off the top. Coming down hard in the center of the ring.
They've both expended so much energy as well, absorbed so much punishment.
Daniels able to use the ropes. Trying to drag himself to his feet. Gibson able to make it to his knees. Now up to his feet, both men up. Gibson knocked down with a hard forearm shot. Make it two.
That's that attempt. Springboard elbow from Daniels.
Daniels with a burst of energy here. Needs to stay on top of Gibson though. Sends him off the ropes. Hip toss blocked by Gibson. Both men over the top. Daniels hard to the floor. Gibson able to hook his arm across the rope. Landed on the apron, but Daniels crashing down in front of the guardrail.
Gibson trying to regain his bearings. Still holding on to that back. Pulling Daniels back up on the floor here. Measures him, chop across the chest from Gibson. Connects with the elbow and see a little bit of blood on the forehead of Christopher Daniels there.
Yeah, I think he may have caught his head on the guardrail when he went out to the floor.
Drives the knee to the side of the head. Does Gibson, and again, jarring that neck.
We've got to be over the 20-minute mark here this match. We might be looking at a draw here with this 30-minute time limit. If that does happen, both men would be eliminated. 2 count there by Gibson.
Yes, each of the qualifying matches have a 30-minute time limit on them. Gibson looking to follow up.
It might be the time of the match where one of or both of these men are going to need to start to take a chance here. And that could cause either somebody to win or somebody to lose if that chance doesn't go their way.
Jacking for the suplex here into a brainbuster. Gibson with the cover. No, Daniels with the shoulder up.
Got to wonder how much this blood loss is going to affect Daniels as this match goes on, too. Expending that energy for 20-plus minutes.
Well, thankfully, it doesn't look to be a deep laceration on the forehead. What could Gibson have in mind? Daniels on his back.
Gibson's taking way too much time here.
Best moonsault ever.
Oh, wait a second. That's not his move.
And that's why he wasn't able to connect with it. Trying to rub it right in the face of Christopher Daniels. STO.
Hooks the leg.
Only 2. Trying to play some mind games with the fallen angel. Took that chance, and it didn't pay off for Gibson with the moonsault.
Gibson lands on his feet. Waistlock of his own.
Going for the roll. Blue Thunder powerbomb.
2.5 again. That moonsault may have been the chance I was talking about, not coming to fruition for James Gibson.
Yeah, but maybe he should utilize his own hold.
Gibson fighting here, trying to block this cloverleaf.
Crawling toward the ropes, and he reaches the ropes to force a break, trying to pull himself up.
Look at the strength of Gibson here. Right into the front guillotine choke. Right in the center of the ring. Daniels nowhere to go.
All the way down he goes. Referee checking on Daniels' condition. Can he hang in there?
Oh, with that blood loss, he might be a little more susceptible to this hold. Gibson cranking down on the neck.
Daniels looks to slowly be going limp here.
Right in the center of the ring.
Trying to elbow his way out of the hold.
Oh, driving the point of the elbow into the quadriceps.
Bridges forward, turns it around on Gibson. But right back down to the canvas goes Daniels.
Desperation move by Daniels there. Driving the point of the elbow into the thigh of James Gibson, able to break the hold, but knocked right back down with that hard shot.
Again, Gibson nursing that back. And he's got Christopher Daniels on the canvas. He wasn't able to get the Tiger Driver earlier. He does have Daniels much more weakened at this point in the matchup.
He does, but you got to wonder how much damage done to his back would affect him trying to execute that maneuver as well. Daniels shoves him off and drops him face first.
Again, Daniels slow to follow up. He does have that cut on his head. Well, just very worn down. Fans encouraging these two athletes to keep on fighting.
And we've got to be inching close to that 30-minute mark here.
Who's going to become number 6 in the elimination matchup later on tonight?
Or will it be 5 if this ends in a draw? Forearm shot from Daniels. Gibson fires back.
Neither man going down.
Daniels with a flurry.
High knee from Gibson sends Daniels down. Gibson trying to work his way back to his feet. He does. Daniels struggling himself.
Blocks the right hand. Step up Enziguri.
Gibson trying to stay up. He looks to be out on his feet though. Back heel kick. Staying on his feet.
Power slam.
2 3/4.
And Gibson able to get his hands up and block most of the effect of that kick from Daniels, and then able to execute a power slam. Usually an offensive maneuver. He used it for defensive purposes there, and very effective, able to get it.
Such a physically taxing matchup on the bodies of both athletes. And if this thing doesn't go to a draw, one of them will have to wrestle again and have 5 opponents to deal with. Going for the Tiger Driver if he can get the arms butterfly. Daniels looking for the Death Valley Driver into a crucifix. Gibson gets a near fall.
Daniels drives the knee.
Going for the Angel's Wings. Block.
Wheelbarrow rolled through.
Oh, so close. Last rights.
Spiked it right on top of his head. Hooks the leg. He got it.
That is it. Christopher Daniels able to hit last rights on Gibson. It came down to who was going to be able to hit one of their trademark maneuvers first. Daniels scores, and Daniels qualifies. Later on tonight, 6-man elimination matchup.
But how much does he have left in the tank?
It is intermission time here in Boston. We are showing you footage of this classic Bryan Danielson versus Spanky match because we have news on both individuals. Spanky, who failed to win the ROH World title, is now out of Ring of Honor. His last show was Dragon Gate Invasion on August 27th, 2005. We thank him very much for his contributions to ROH. Bryan Danielson, who defeated James Gibson and won the ROH World title last show at Glory by Honor 4, will not be in attendance tonight or on the Kenta Kobashi shows due to commitments that he had previous to winning the world title. He will be on every show after that. He is determined to defend the title with honor. He is determined to build the prestige of the belt. He will take on all challengers. Bryan Danielson will return to ROH soon, and he will be an ROH champion we can be proud of.
You ready for this?
Oh, shut the heck up, huh? Huh? What were you doing out there, huh? Are you out of your mind, huh? This is about the 5th time in a row that you have messed up, huh? Let me tell you something. This week, if you mess up, coming up in New York City, it's going to be one heck of a problem, all right? A matter of fact, from now on, get on your knees. Get on your knees. You know what? No longer shall you walk around me. Stay on your 4 knees and walk. Walk like a dog. And get down! Jimmy, you have to excuse her ridiculousness. Let's go.
DJ Whitmer, Nigel McGuinness, here are the rules for this match. Make sure you understand the flow. You each get 3 rope breaks to break up a pinfall or submission attempt. Once you use these 3 rope breaks, the ropes are in play for your opponent to use, but they cannot be used by you to break up a pin or a submission. There is a strict 20 count on the floor. There are to be no closed fist strikes to the face. On the first closed fist, you'll be given a warning. On the second, you'll be penalized a rope break. And if you have no rope breaks left, you'll be disqualified. The pure title can change hands on a disqualified.
Hey, wait a second. Come on now, Boston. Give Mr. Sinclair the respect he deserves so that he can explain to Hillbilly Jesus these rules. I know you guys are excited. I know you're chomping at the bit because you want to see McGuinness win it again. I know you people in Boston, you love wins. You love those. I know you love those red stockings. I know you love McGuinness. I know. The what? Red socks. That's what I said, the Red Sox. Red Sox. Whatever it is, a stupid name for a baseball team anyway. It's not cricket, is it? That being said, I know you're all here to let me prove to you that I am the best pure wrestler in the world today, Bon. I am the best there is, the
And we have a battle of two champions here in Ring of Honor. One half of the ROH Tag Team Champions, BJ Whitmer, of course, those titles not on the line, taking on the Pure Champion, Nigel McGuinness.
These are two of the largest guys here in Ring of Honor. I have no doubt this is going to be a very hard-hitting matchup between two heavyweights here, and hopefully Nigel is going to live up to the title of Pure Champion here in this matchup.
Of course, Nigel McGuinness defeating Samoa Joe at Dragon Gate Invasion to win the championship. Successful title defense against Roderick Strong last week at Glory by Honor 4, although went to the eyes of Roderick Strong. Nothing pure about the way that he retained the title in that matchup.
Now, working on the arm there, BJ Whitmer looked like he was going to try and make his way to the ropes, but then thought better of it right there. Very difficult when you haven't had many pure wrestling matches with these rules. Sometimes you get caught up in things. You want to make your way to the ropes to break a hole, but that can cost you later on. And BJ Whitmer thought better of it right there.
There is certainly a different strategy that the wrestlers put to use in pure title matches than they would typically.
You're going to work on that arm of BJ Whitmer, driving the knee right into the elbow socket there. BJ works his way back up to his feet. Rolls through in a reversal. Nigel right there to take over with the cravat.
You know, not only trying to keep yourself from utilizing your rope breaks, but also the strategy of having your opponent in a submission hold near the ropes to try to force him to use a rope break.
Kind of like right there, you were just talking about it. I don't know if that was Nigel forcing BJ towards the ropes, or BJ's kind of protesting here. I don't think he was looking to use the ropes. Nigel might have forced him over there.
Well, the point is he did go to the ropes while he was in a hold, and that is a rope break.
Yeah, Todd Sinclair not in a very good position to see Nigel from his side of the vantage point there. And look, Nigel might have been walking him towards the ropes purposely, but
well, the rules
either
are
way,
rules. It was a rope break.
Exactly. Nonetheless, it is a rope break charge to BJ Whitmer, and he is down one. As you know, when you get to 3 rope breaks, the ropes are then in play for your opponent.
Trying to lock in the Shinanamaki, switches up, grabbing the front face lock.
Nice reversal by BJ, able to get his arm in between his body and Nigel's to reverse the hold, but Nigel, nifty with the footwork there.
Very skilled technical wrestler. Likes to put that European influence to use in his matches, much like Colt Cabana has on many occasions, and much like newcomer to ROH Claudio Castagnoli likes to put to use.
A nice reversal there by Nigel, right back to the front face lock.
Right back to that head goes Nigel.
Driving him to the ropes, trying to force another rope break there.
And wraps his arm around the ropes. And the referee calling a second rope break right there.
Nigel's very proud of himself. You see him, he drove BJ towards the ropes once again and forced the second rope break. That is a huge advantage for Nigel to be up 2 breaks this early in the match.
Well, BJ Whitmer needs to realize you can't wrap your arm around the top rope while you're in a hold in a pure title match and expect to not be cost a rope break.
Oh, now
it's Nigel. He's trying to bait him into using a closed fist.
Yeah,
here.
he's trying to get that third one right here by taunting him, trying to get the closed fist. Fortunately, BJ thinks the better of it. Gotta give Nigel credit. He's had a string of controversial victories here. So far, he's been completely above board. He's been cocky as usual, but he hasn't done anything to even bend the rules so much here in this matchup.
No, he hasn't gone to the eyes or anything of that nature. He's been wrestling a clean matchup. As now the single-handed knuckle lock, looking for the second. Test of strength here between these two. Nigel rolls back to his feet, still holding on, kicks away one hand of the knuckle lock, sweeps the legs of Whitmer, rolls him back up, rolls the shoulders down.
Quick near fall from Nigel there, able to get a 2 count.
Showing that he's the best there is, the best there was. He's the pure champion of Ring of Honor. Nice forearm shot from Whitmer right there.
Very legal. Not a closed fist. Very effective. Single leg pickup there by Nigel. Go to work on the ankle here. Nice cartwheel from the big man and right back.
BJ trying to take him off his feet, but Nigel able to stay on his feet, utilizing that cartwheel and trying to shake off the effects of Whitmer. Again, hitting very hard. Both of these men spend a lot of time in the gym, really pack a good punch.
Nigel once again taking BJ off his feet as the legs grapevine, now using the hair. Trying to pull back on the neck. Drives a forearm to the shoulder blades there, make it 2.
Still with the legs tied up. Whitmer trying to power his way out of this position.
Able to roll his way out, nicely done, but Nigel right on him. Runs right into a couple of forearms and a chop. Oh.
Really connecting with the chest of Nigel.
Nigel grabbing Todd Sinclair, pulling him in between himself and BJ Whitmer, enabling Nigel to take the advantage here. BJ ducks, able to land a couple of chops of his own. Snapmare and a hard boot right between the shoulder blades.
Nigel in control. And grabs hold of the chin lock. Trying to take the energy out of the powerhouse, BJ Whitmer. Still holding onto that chin as Whitmer trying to work his way back to his feet. He does. Breaks the wrist lock, does Nigel, and right back to the chin lock he goes.
Nigel's doing an excellent job of counter wrestling here early on. Every time that BJ Whitmer tries to reverse a hold that Nigel has him in, Nigel is able to counter that and get the hold right back on. And there you see him drive the elbow right into the side of the face of BJ Whitmer.
He's backed into the corner now, raking the forearm across the jaw.
That's just punishing right there.
Get a running start this time, but Whitmer with the elbow takes Nigel down to the canvas. Use Nigel's own momentum against him right there.
Cover here, only able to get a 2 count. Nigel able to get that left shoulder up just slightly off the canvas, but enough to break up that count.
Nigel working his way back to his feet. Whitmer just waiting for the right moment. Off the ropes. Gets met with the super kick. Gotta hook the leg, man. Only gets 2.
Lax cover there by Nigel, only a 2 count. But Nigel back to his feet quickly here, trying to stay on top of one half of the ROH Tag Team Champs. Taking him to the corner. Gonna set him up on the top rope.
Working over the back of Whitmer. Again, handful of hair. And kicking away at the back. Has him hung up in the tree of woe.
Nigel taking his time here, just stalking Whitmer, drags him down.
What do you say, Buster? Let's do it!
Nigel, very confident individual. Belly to back suplex positioning. Places him up top once again. Whitmer uses some leverage, using the ropes right there. Staying on his feet. Boot to the face by Nigel. To the second rope he goes. Over top.
Once again, using his momentum and runs into a suplex. BJ Whitmer now has to find a way to dig down.
See if he can maintain the momentum.
Goes to the ropes. Nigel on a knee. Speaking of knees,
full force to the side of the head. But Nigel able to get his shoulder up.
Nigel able to kick out without getting to the ropes. He is very close to the ropes, but he's cognizant of not wanting to use those rope breaks while he has such an advantage. Up 2 breaks to none. Able to kick out instead of taking the cheap way out of grabbing the ropes. Hard forearm shot from BJ.
As Nigel placed up top. Whitmer maybe looking for a superplex. All the way up top goes BJ.
Nigel trying to fight him off. BJ's gonna take him for the ride.
Superplex, but can he follow up with a cover?
BJ really snapped him off the top there too. He didn't just float with him, he drove him down to the mat. Here's a cover.
Whitmer only gets 2.
Crowd starting to get behind Whitmer here.
Both men back to their feet. Forearm shot. Nigel dishes it right back out.
And these two guys are just trading shots.
And able to absorb the blows from their opponent.
Just punishing each other right in the center of the ring. Two heavyweights just slugging it out. Jeez.
Forearm battle, and Nigel finally takes BJ off of his feet. Goes for the cover. Not enough to put him away.
Both those guys just hammering away at each other, almost out on their feet it looked like at one point there. Nigel, though, picking him back up off the ropes. BJ ducks. Clotheslines him out of his boots!
That could be it! No, McGinnis able to get his shoulder up.
Less than half a count away from a new pure champ right there. Whitmer going to the top. Nigel is a long way away.
Back up to his feet. Takes away BJ's balance.
Could be going for the Tower of London here.
That chin breaker utilizing the aid of the ropes for extra impact and elevation.
BJ able to get his foot on the ropes, but that is number 3. 3 rope breaks now for BJ Whitmer, and he is out of rope breaks. The ropes are now in play for Nigel McGinnis.
At the same time, he's frustrated that he wasn't able to get the victory because of the bad ring positioning. Maybe it was good ring positioning because he did force BJ to use his third and final rope break. And Lacey taking some more notes.
Hello.
Still scouting for her angels.
BJ grabbing the top rope, trying to break the hold as Lacey looks on.
Nigel through the ropes, staying on the apron though.
And Nigel did not have to break that hold, but BJ was able to get himself out of it. Drives the forehead to the top turnbuckle, and now Nigel's going to go to the top.
BJ with another hard forearm strike. Up to the second he goes.
For Northern Lights off the top. Clutch exploder, he dropped Nigel right on the back of his neck.
That just shows what kind of an athlete Nigel McGinnis is, to be able to absorb a maneuver such as that and stay in this matchup.
And goes to the ropes.
BJ needs to stay on him here if he wants the championship. To hold 2 titles at the same time here in Ring of Honor.
A couple of hard forearm shots sends him off. Drop kick connects right on the chin.
Cover by Whitmer. And Nigel foot on the bottom rope.
For Nigel McGinnis.
Oh, and a low blow behind the ref's back.
Referee was busy telling the ring announcer to announce that that was a rope break. Didn't see the low blow. And Nigel holding onto the ropes, but hey, they're in play. Folding press, leverage by the legal ropes for Nigel McGinnis, but he had to use that low blow to set up for them.
Nigel McGinnis retains the pure title again with shady tactics.
It is a 6-man elimination match. There is no time limit, and the winner will be Survival of the Fittest 2005. The referee assigned is Todd Sinclair. Participant number
These 6 athletes following the code of honor, 6-man elimination matchup to determine who wins Survival of the Fittest here in 2005.
Well, 5 athletes following the code of honor. Christopher Daniels seemingly wants no part of shaking the hands of anybody else in this matchup.
Some things never change with Christopher Daniels. Todd Sinclair in charge of the action. Colt Cabana, Roderick Strong, Austin Aries, Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe, and Christopher Daniels.
6 men winning their earlier singles matchups to get to this point, and it is underway in a hurry here. Lethal and Daniels, Cabana and Joe, both members of Generation Next out on the floor as Daniels is sent hard into Aries, who's knocked to the floor.
And Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal left inside the ring.
Teacher and student. And they both go flying out to the outside.
Joe and Lethal in control here in the early going. Cabana pitched back inside the ring. Double team strategy by Lethal and Joe.
Joe has already said he's made no bones about the fact that he wants the tag team titles.
He wants to be the first man to be a Grand Slam champion here in Ring of Honor.
Suplex by Lethal, cover, only a 1 count. Dragging Cabana over to the corner. Samoa Joe tags in.
Referee finally restoring some order here. We have 2 men in the ring at a time, tagging in and out. Back chop, kick to the chest. I think he's going to drop a knee, and he does.
It is elimination rules. And Joe and Lethal are going to work together here, obviously. Try and keep a fresh guy in the ring. Cabana advanced by beating Ricky Reyes. Samoa Joe took on Milano Collection AT, who looked very good in his ROH debut. And Jay Lethal put away a game Sal Renaro. Belly to back, drops Cabana right on the back of his head.
You know, alliances could be a factor in this matchup, at least here in the early going. Like you said, Jay Lethal and Samoa Joe utilizing some teamwork here to work over their opponents. And of course, we've got Austin Aries and Roderick Strong, partners in Generation Next, who no doubt will probably work as a tandem during this matchup. But it is every man for himself when it comes right down to it. When you have all 6 men still a part of the match, you'll see a little bit more teamwork than when it comes down to just one-on-one at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can avoid, being left out there to dry by yourself. Quick power slam by Joe. I was going to say, if you can avoid being hung out to dry and being the only man out there without someone to keep an eye on you, that's a good thing to do. You want to try and keep as many friends around you as you can. Utilize each other to eliminate everyone else, and then if it comes down to you two, then so be it. This match is no time limit. So we're going to be here until we have only 1 man left. Nice double team maneuver off the suplex. Jay from the outside in, cover. Cabana able to kick out.
It only gets 2. More teamwork, frequent tags between Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal.
Also smart strategy on the part of the other 3 members in this match, not in the ring, leaving Colt Cabana in there to be worn down by Jay Lethal and Samoa Joe. Let him get eliminated. Don't suffer any damage. Stay on the outside as long as possible, and you stay in this match as long as you possibly can.
Oh yeah, it's to their advantage to stay out of the match until the very end as much as possible.
Jay Lethal hanging on to Colt Cabana there. Samoa Joe makes his way into the ring.
Of course, a whole lot of Survival of the Fittest history between Colt Cabana and Samoa Joe, as last year it was Colt Cabana eliminating Samoa Joe, showing that he's susceptible to flash pins here in Ring of Honor. Joe, the first man eliminated from Survival of the Fittest last year.
Joe driving the knee into the back as he locks in that rear chin lock. Cabana trying to go to work on the fingers there to free himself, and it looks like he's going to do so. Butt. Make it 2. Make it 3. Going to send Joe off the ropes. Joe hangs on. Cabana elevated to the outside and crotched.
Looked to be a little inadvertent, though. Not like Samoa Joe meant to do that.
Pained expression on the face of Colt Cabana there. He's going to stay to the floor and try to get his win back.
It would be in his best interest to stay out of the ring. But Samoa Joe's going to take the action to the floor. Well, just like last year. No, this time Samoa Joe able to kick out.
Cabana through the legs, drop kick, takes the big man down and makes the tag finally to Christopher Daniels.
Daniels going to work on Samoa Joe here.
Peppers Joe with right hands and a leg lariat, knocks him down, hooks the leg. Only two.
Forearms now to the jaw of Samoa Joe. Daniels comes charging. Connects with a leaping strike. And again.
These two guys obviously no strangers to one another, and Christopher Daniels is going to work on Samoa Joe quickly here. Joe leaning against the ropes, catches him, and drives him right to the back of his neck. Daniels suffered a badly damaged neck earlier on against James Gibson.
All 6 of these men have lingering injuries from their previous matches tonight going into this matchup. What could Jay Lethal have in mind right here? He's holding him upside down for Samoa Joe, who comes running with the kick.
Drives the boot right into the side of the face of Daniels, clutching in his face, hooks the leg, he might have him.
Almost our first elimination here. As you said, no time limit on this matchup.
You see the bandage on the head of Christopher Daniels, also lacerated earlier on in that matchup. Neckbreaker by Jay Lethal. Gibson busted him open on the guardrail on the outside. Again, only a 2 count from Lethal. Between the injury to the neck, the blood loss on the outside, and a 26-27 minute matchup that almost went the time limit. How much does Christopher Daniels have left in the tank?
Lethal trying to keep him grounded, knee in the upper back of the neck region, while pulling back on the neck with the chin lock. Daniels trying to work his way out of it.
Drives the elbow to the midsection. Off the rope, spine buster!
Again, jarring that neck. Oh, almost got him right there.
Lethal driving with all his weight, trying to execute that folding press there. Unable to put him away, but another tag to Samoa Joe.
Working together to try to wear down Christopher Daniels even more.
You saw Daniels again clutching at his neck.
Of course, Daniels is the one who had to wrestle most recently on the card tonight. Someone like Jay Lethal has had the majority of the show to sort of shake off any lingering injuries.
Definitely have time to recuperate. Hard whip to the buckle.
And he tagged himself in there.
There you see the teamwork of Generation Next right there. Roderick catching Joe unawares as Aries comes in and drives Jay Lethal to the floor with a dropkick.
Aries making that blind tag. The legal man sending Christopher Daniels into the ropes. Takes him down with the elbow. And now the power drive elbow connects.
Point of the elbow right to the chest cavity of Christopher Daniels.
And now we're seeing teamwork on the part of Generation Next.
And smart teamwork here. They saw Christopher Daniels getting worked over for a few minutes there, and now they're going to use the fresh man approach on their end. Nice leg lariat taking him down.
Daniels is certainly the target here in the early going as they try to get him out of the matchup first.
Like we said, it's the smart move to work on Daniels. He suffered the neck injury. He's got the cut on top of his head. He lost blood. He wrestled nearly 30 minutes, and now he's been being brutalized by Samoa Joe for a few minutes, and Generation Next are going to double team him in the corner right now.
Aries pulling him into the center of the ring. Daniels trying to get leverage on his side to work his way out of this. Butterfly suplex with the bridge.
Daniel's shoulders are up. Now they're down. Hooks the leg. Only able to get a 2 count. More damage done to the neck of Christopher Daniels with that bridge.
Daniels with shots to the midsection of Aries. Trying to fight his way back to his feet. Daniels needs to get himself out of the ring at this point. Clothesline from Aries takes Daniels back down.
Daniels in a heap in the center of the ring, and Aries is going to make the tag to Roderick Strong.
Stomping away on the chest.
Roderick put away Jarrell Clark earlier tonight to advance. Backbreaker.
And spitting in the general direction of Samoa Joe. Baits him into the ring while standing on the head of Christopher Daniels. Referee tied up with Samoa Joe. Is Roderick going for the cover here?
Oh, there Roderick getting the better of himself.
And Samoa Joe taking full advantage of the referee.
Roderick Strong, no one to blame but himself.
Small
Inside
package.
cradle. Roderick cuts him off with a hard clothesline after the near fall. They say Roderick lured Samoa Joe into the ring behind the referee's back so he could do some damage to Christopher Daniels, but then Joe turned the tides. Daniels down for the cover and Roderick unable to get the count.
Chop exchange by these two men, but the knee to the midsection from Roderick Strong puts him into the driver's seat. And Daniels is in the wrong part of town right here. Aries tagged back in.
Aries, of course, is not going to do anything untoward.
Roderick plants him with the slam.
Corkscrew in there, gets a 2 count.
Frequent tags on the side of Generation Next here.
Double suplex here.
He's got that softened up neck, does Daniels.
All the blood rushing to his head here. Driving him down to the canvas.
But Daniels able to kick out. Roderick kicking away now.
Strong going right back to work on the back and the neck here. Forearm shot to the side of the head. Hard chop to the chest.
Roderick Strong probably throws the hardest chops out of anyone in ROH.
Their hard whip to the buckles. Daniels is in a heap.
Survival of the Fittest could mean so much for any of these 6 individuals.
We saw what it did for Austin Aries just a year ago, coming up just short in his quest to win Survival of the Fittest, but it may have catapulted him in his quest to win the ROH World title as Daniels out of nowhere with a desperation STO. He has got to make a tag here.
He needs to get himself out of the ring. He's been the subject of so much punishment for the past several minutes from several of his opponents. You know, Aries wants to walk away with the Survival of the Fittest victory here this year. Roderick Strong wants to work his way and make himself a bona fide main eventer. Means so much for Cabana. Jay Lethal working his way up the ladder.
Daniels with a flurry here of offense. Back body drop, a drop kick, and now a clothesline. You know, the adrenaline obviously pumping, but he has still got to think of being smart and getting himself out of the ring. Death Valley driver.
He's going for an elimination, but yeah, he needs to get out of that ring. He's feeling a little bit of an adrenaline burst here. Looking for last rites.
Aries coming in to help Roderick Strong.
Trying to save his partner. But Daniels able to take both members of Generation Next down.
Cover again by Daniels. Again, only a 2 count. Daniels has got to make the tag. You don't have to be the guy to pin all 5 guys in the match. Just be the guy to pin the last one.
He's going for Angel's Wings right there. Back into the corner, and now it's Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe just laying into one another.
The 2 heaviest hitters in ROH going at it.
Sweeps the legs. Roderick back to his feet, going for the half Nelson backbreaker. Joe blocks.
Roderick saw that sweep coming and he was able to avoid it. Rolls him up. Joe with the tights. Right into the rear naked choke.
Roderick pounding away on that injured arm of Samoa Joe from earlier tonight. Forces him to release the hold.
Daniels going up, best moonsault ever, right on the arm. The hip from Christopher Daniels lands right on the arm of Samoa Joe, but a backbreaker by Roderick Strong.
Roderick took full advantage of that opportunity. That injured arm of Samoa Joe, that's 2 years in a row that Samoa Joe is the first man eliminated with a surprise pin. Wow, Samoa Joe, the biggest man in this matchup, eliminated first 2 years in a row.
And that also gives a big advantage to Austin Aries and Roderick Strong, as they now are the only two with any sort of an alliance here.
Just folds Jay Lethal in half right there, but only gets 2. Aries is a man focused here tonight.
Snapmare and a hard knee right to the small of the back.
After that outstanding performance last year, he was able to earn the ROH World title. His career has improved so much. You know, he's accomplished so many things in the time since. To win Survival of the Fittest would be just a feather in his cap.
He took the ROH World title literally around the world, defending it, raising the prestige of that belt. But right now, Jay Lethal doesn't care that he's in there with the former world champ. He just wants to survive here and put this guy away. Big elbow catches Aries running in. Drives a forearm, takes him down as well. Both men down.
Sinclair checking on their condition, applies the double count on both athletes. And of course, the winner of last year's Survival of the Fittest, Bryan Danielson, now the ROH World Champion. So that just shows how much winning Survival of the Fittest can be an inspiration to your career.
Oh, Cabana in going to work on Aries. Haven't seen Cabana in since the early part of this matchup.
He's certainly a fresh man.
Where
does he want to plant? He's thinking about it. Aries wants none of
Just
it.
put me down already.
Body slam off the ropes and drives the forearm down.
Cabana picking Aries right back up. Snapmares him over.
And don't forget about Colt Cabana, former tag team champion along with CM Punk. Was actually able to defeat CM Punk in his final matchup, 2 out of 3 falls at Punk the Final Chapter in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. I mean a whole lot for Cabana in singles competition if he were able to come out the winner of Survival of the Fittest.
Still has that ongoing issue with the Rottweilers. Cover here.
He needs to watch his shoulders right there. Innovative cover right there by Cabana as Daniels tags himself back in.
Going right back to work on the back of Austin Aries. How much pain is Austin Aries in right now? Belly to back suplex. Again, more damage to the back. That wicked chair shot from Jimmy Rave earlier on caused Jimmy Rave to be DQ'd in that match. That qualifying matchup against Austin Aries earlier on. But how much damage was done to Aries with that shot?
Oh, that took a lot out of his back, and they realized that that's the injury on Austin Aries to focus on during this matchup, much like everyone is focusing on the neck of Christopher Daniels. In comes Jay Lethal. Goes right for a cover right away. Now he's tying up the legs.
Well, we saw this unique submission move earlier tonight in his matchup against Sal Rinauro.
It's a Jay Lethal specialty.
Nowhere for Aries to go.
It's taken a lot out of the former champion. That's just how much Jay Lethal has done in the past year, earning the Pure Championship, really coming into his own.
Plus that big victory over Low Key.
Oh, of course.
Coming back after being injured earlier on in the year, after that cop killer double stomp combo.
Of course, in last year's Survival of the Fittest, it was a big night for Jay Lethal. He was still known as Hydro as part of Special K and had his breakout match against CM Punk last year. And now he's in Survival of the Fittest in the elimination matchup, and he could really elevate himself some more.
He elevated himself right there, missed the diving headbutt. Aries has to find a way either to cover Jay Lethal here or make his way to tag someone in this matchup, because he's taking some punishment here. He's going to get to his corner and tag Roderick Strong, and Jay Lethal is going to tag Daniels, who hits the ropes and takes Roderick Strong down with a series of clotheslines.
Really using his momentum there, hitting the ropes and connecting with several clotheslines. And now the Blue Thunder powerbomb from Daniels. Cover! No, able to kick out.
Roderick dropped right on the back of his head there. Only able to get a 2 count as Daniels was going behind him with a waistlock.
Gotta hand it to Christopher Daniels that he's still able to hit these maneuvers despite the beating he's taking.
Aries on the outside, blind tag. Daniels never saw it coming, rolls him up.
Well, yeah, that blind tag, he didn't see it. He didn't expect another man to come in and roll him up. 1, 2, 3, Christopher Daniels is eliminated.
We are now down to 4. Both members of Generation Next, and now maybe an alliance of sorts here between Colt Cabana and Jay Lethal.
Well, Lethal hits the dive on both men. Cabana thought better of it. Maybe he's going to hit it now.
Acai moonsault let all 4 men down.
And he took out Jay Lethal as well. You know, maybe a little bit of an alliance between Cabana and Jay Lethal for a moment, but it is every man for himself. Colt Cabana isn't the mentor of any of the men left in this matchup, so he's not necessarily a tag team partner of anyone. He realizes it's all about Colt Cabana tonight, and he needs to focus.
And he is focused on Austin Aries and the back of Austin Aries, which has been damaged so much here tonight. Takes him down hard with a shot with a forearm, and now peppering him with a right hand. Elbow right to the top of the head. And full of hair. Aries in the corner.
European uppercut from Cabana. Pulls him to the center of the ring. Drives the elbow across the back of the neck.
Double leg pickup here. Slingshot, but a tag to Roderick Strong. Aries hanging on the ropes. Cabana never saw the tag, and he's caught with a double stomp to the midsection.
Aries trying to shake off the effects on his back out on the apron now. As Roderick chopping away at the chest of Cabana.
Drives the knee to the midsection. Another double leg pickup. Trying to turn him over, looking for that stronghold maybe. Calling for Aries.
Now more double team work here by Generation Next on Cabana.
Slingshot.
Shot. And the referee saying that Generation Next are the legal men. Neither man can cover Cabana here. Referee trying to maintain some order here.
Oh, he's telling Roderick Strong and Austin Aries. Finally now, looks like Todd Ziegler's finally figured out who the legal men in this match are.
And it's Colt Cabana and Austin Aries. And Aries and Cabana had that feud earlier this year that ended it in that classic cage match at 3rd Anniversary Celebration Part 1.
That's tag. Tag.
And we see a renewal of that right here. Chopping away.
Cabana's in the wrong part of town right here. He's in the corner of Generation Next. Hard chop from Strong. Suplex takes him down hard. Cover. Only able to get 2 as Cabana kicks out.
Jay Lethal having a lot of time to recuperate on the apron, shake off the effects from this whole evening of action.
Quick 1 count by Strong. Cabana rolls through trying to escape. Right back into the submission hold of Roderick Strong once again.
Basically has like a half Nelson applied with his leg, trying to get a full Nelson variation.
Looks like he's got it right there as well. Using his hands to help out.
Cabana was trying to fight it off, but Roderick was persistent, was able to get it.
Cabana, though, driving all the weight back onto Roderick Strong, able to get a near fall. Drives a forearm shot right to the back. Roderick throws those clubbing forearms.
Cabana trying to stay on his feet. Another hard chop, waist lock, trying to block the German suplex attempt.
Cabana able to get his hand between his body and Roderick's to break the hold. Hurricane Rana spikes Roderick Strong right on top of his head.
Pulled that out of nowhere. You know, it's in Lethal and Cabana's best interest to work together here against Generation Next, because if Lethal or Cabana is eliminated, then Generation Next has a 2-on-1 advantage.
And I think they just figured that out as you see the tag to Jay Lethal, who drives the elbow across the throat of Roderick Strong, who only gets a 1 count though.
You know, it is every man for himself, but when you have two men who are such a well-oiled machine as a tag team, like Roderick Strong and Austin Aries, you almost have to try to do whatever you can to battle those odds.
And it looks like those two guys, like I said, have finally figured that out because they are now starting to make quick tags, and it looks like they want to isolate Roderick Strong from Austin Aries. Chinlock applied by Lethal. Cabana grabbing at the legs. Almost like a camel clutch and a Boston Crab all in one. But Aries makes his way in, kicks Cabana right to the back, and then nails Lethal with a kick.
Trying to save his partner and do some damage. Now it's Lethal and Aries going at it.
All four men in the ring here until Aries gets knocked to the floor. Cabana still going to work on Roderick Strong, though, behind the ref. Finally getting Jay Lethal out of the ring.
Hey, Lenny Leonard, it's time to pay the bills. ROHWrestling.com, 215-781-2500 for all your merchandise needs. Much more than ROH merchandise, DVDs and more from WWE, TNA, Full Impact Pro, IWC, Border City Wrestling, and much more. New editions of the Straight Shooting series coming soon with Percy Pringle and the Blue Meanie. Secrets of the Ring with Raven Volume 3 is out now. ROHWrestling.com. Cha-ching. As right now it's Colt Cabana trying to put more pressure on Roderick Strong here. He's trying to scurry his way toward the ropes, get away from Cabana.
Strong finally able to make it to the ropes. Another tag by Cabana, and Lethal, the fresh man in the ring. Cabana wisely cutting the ring off from Austin Aries, so he is unable to get in there to help Roderick Strong out. Hard chop from Lethal in the corner.
Versus the Irish whip, up and over goes Jay Lethal, backflips. But Austin Aries takes him right back down.
No Colt Cabana to get in the way that time.
Cover. Now Lethal kicks out.
And Roderick dazed there a little bit. Should have probably made the tag sooner. Instead went for the cover, only able to get a 2 count.
Again, Cabana needs to worry about the possibility of them eliminating Jay Lethal here. And then having to face two men basically all by himself.
Double hip toss into a double elbow. Nice double team combination there. Headbutt. That rocked both men. Aries down to a knee as well.
Lethal again in the wrong part of town.
Austin Aries unloading with the kicks in the corner. Another tag to Roderick Strong.
More chops coming from Roderick. You can just hear that connect in the back of this building.
Roderick Strong just lighting up the chest of Jay Lethal there. Hard Irish whip, follows him in with a hard forearm shot. Snapmares him out of the corner.
Roderick Strong looking in top form here tonight.
Like everybody else in this match, he knows what's on the line and wisely breaks up the tag attempt by Jay Lethal.
Yeah, they've effectively cut him off from Colt Cabana and focused the beating on Jay Lethal for the past several minutes.
Once again, drags Lethal right back into his corner and makes another quick tag to Austin Aries.
Crowd trying to encourage Lethal to fight back here. They've seen what kind of heart this kid has, especially during that series against Low Key. Just how much determination Jay Lethal has. You can hear them trying to give him that energy.
Crowd getting behind Lethal. Look at Colt Cabana on the outside, just itching to get into this matchup.
And his arm stretched out, reaching for that tag.
Reversal by Lethal. Back elbow takes Aries off his feet. Lethal needs to make the tag here. Double leg by Aries. Trying to turn him over here. Boston Crab.
Working over that back of Lethal, maybe preparing him to be potentially eliminated by Roderick Strong with that stronghold.
Looked like Aries was asking Roderick if he was putting the Boston Crab on correctly right there.
Oh, Roderick would be the master of that particular hold.
He tags in. Drives a boot to the forehead of Jay Lethal.
Generation Next working very well here as a tandem.
You had to know that that had to be their strategy coming into this. Divide and conquer, strength in numbers.
You know, in the back of Roderick Strong's mind, in the back of Austin Aries' mind, you gotta realize that the teamwork in a match like this can only last for so long. Because if they are able to eliminate all of the other men in the matchup, they're eventually gonna have to face one another.
I think that was still their plan all along. Get it down to the two of them, keep it in the family, so to speak.
Right in the center of the ring, trying to wear down Lethal now, pinning predicament. Only two, and a kick to the side of the head.
He did just kick him right in the temple with the heel of the boot. Jay Lethal's eyes glazed over there momentarily.
Another hard chop by Roderick.
Staggers to the corner. Another one.
Lethal able to get the boot up. Up to the second rope he goes. Leg lariat off the second.
Roderick got caught coming in twice and then ran into a leg lariat as well.
Lethal needs to tag Cabana here.
Trying to get the energy to crawl over to that corner. Strong trying to grab the leg to keep him from doing just that.
Trying to break free. Enziguri. In comes Aries to prevent the tag. Knocks Cabana off the apron.
Smart move by Aries, breaking up the tag attempt, but now it's Jay Lethal left in there with both members of Generation Next. Leg lariat on Aries. Go for that dragon suplex on Strong. Aries blocks it. Sends Lethal right up on the shoulders.
Double knees to the midsection. Brain buster coming up. But he's not the legal man.
Roderick with the cover.
Well, Roderick was the legal man and scores the pinfall following the brain buster from Austin Aries. And now we have two members of Generation Next and Colt Cabana remaining in Survival of the Fittest.
Obviously the strategy of Generation Next paying dividends here in this matchup. 2-on-1 odds in their favor against Colt Cabana.
Well, Cabana's going to sit this one out. He hopped off the apron. The two men inside the ring are Aries and Roderick Strong. And whether they like to work as a team or not, they are opponents in this match.
Well, I think they knew that sooner or later it was going to come down to this. That was their plan all along. I don't think they expected Colt Cabana to still be around when it happened, but so much for the better he is, they're still going to have to go at it. You got to give Jay Lethal credit, though. You know, what guts and heart. He's in there a long time isolated all by himself, but it was just too much for him after such a long match to endure so many high-impact moves. Aries in the corner, and Roderick chops Colt Cabana and brings him in the hard way.
And now again, it's Generation Next working as a team, both putting the boots to Cabana.
Roderick says he's all yours.
Aries pulls Cabana up, coming down across the back. Cabana with hold of the knee pad of Aries.
Oh, he's got the tights, driving the shoulder to the midsection.
Cabana doing whatever it takes to try to prevent Aries from unleashing this offense.
Aries, submission move here, almost a choke here, trying to take Cabana down, but Cabana able to go to work on the legs instead, spreading them apart.
Aries trying to reach for the ropes, and Roderick comes in to stomp away on Cabana and relieve the pressure on his tag team partner.
Planted the boot right to the back of the head of Colt Cabana. Never saw Strong coming, and Aries with a chop. Cabana fires back.
Chop duel between these two. Aries pounding away in the corner.
Sends Cabana hard to his corner.
Back chop from Roderick.
Tag made, Strong enters. Aries going to set Cabana up top. Both men going up with him.
Double team superplex, possibly. Well, Cabana fights his way out of that position, all the way up top.
Missile dropkick off the top from Cabana.
Roderick back to his feet.
Cabana ducks the clothesline. Tilt the world head scissors.
Sends Roderick reeling into the corner. But from Cabana.
Off the ropes. Roderick kicking the arm. There's the half Nelson backbreaker. Aries up top.
Oh, so much punishment to that back. He couldn't maintain his balance.
Slipped right off the top. He was going for the 450.
Of course, in order to connect the 450 splash, you need to be able to flip your body with such force. You have to have a lot of back strength. And after that chair shot earlier on in the evening and everyone working over the back of Aries, it just wasn't enough for him to be able to pull off the maneuver at this point in the night.
Roderick Strong with another backbreaker. Hooks the leg.
Only gets 2.
See Aries still struggling on the outside to get off the apron. Pile driver.
Hooks that leg tight. And Colt Cabana has been eliminated with the pile driver from Roderick Strong. And now it comes down to Generation Next battling one another to determine who is the winner of Survival of the Fittest here in 2005.
And I know a lot of you out here are booing us tonight for whatever reason. But you gotta admit, if you were in our situation, you would have done the same exact thing. We're strength in numbers. We've proven accidents today that we formed Generation Next. And that's why we are where we are.
In Dorchester?
Hey buddy, you live here, not me, alright? Roderick, time flies. It was about a year ago that we had this same very event in Survival of the Fittest last year. And you helped me get to the finals, and I cemented my spot as one of the top players when I fought Brian Danielson for 30 minutes and proved that I belong in the main events. Well, you see, even though I proved I belong, I came up just a little bit short last year. And Roger, with all due respect, you've been on a hell of a run lately. You've been on a hell of a run. A lot of people are calling you the MVP this year. But Roger, hey. Hey, look at me. We'll always be Generation Next. More importantly, we'll always be friends. But right now, it's you, and it's me. And we're putting that all aside, and we're going to see who the best man is.
These two athletes so determined. They both need it. Austin Aries looking to exercise the demons of losing his breakout match last year at Survival of the Fittest. Of course, Roderick Strong looking to really cement himself as the MVP here on ROH in 2005 to become a bona fide main eventer in this organization. It's all on the line between these two.
You know, Roderick's had the main events against CM Punk. He had the huge win against Matt Hardy. Austin Aries, of course, used his loss in this match a year ago to propel him on his quest to become the ROH World Champion. Can Roderick Strong do the same in this matchup against his best friend, his partner in Generation Next, the former world champ Austin Aries?
Side headlock takeover by Roderick Strong. He's got Aries grounded as referee Todd Sinclair checking on the shoulders here. Turns the tables there on Roderick for a split second, almost rolling him into a pinning predicament.
Head scissors by Aries, nice reversal. You know, if you could have been a fly on the wall in the Generation Next locker room before this match started, this is exactly how they would have scripted it. Let it come down to me and you, Roderick, said Austin Aries. Let it come down to us. Let's prove to one another who the man is, who is the fittest here in ROH.
Roderick Strong with the legs tied up in the inverted Indian deathlock on Aries, pulling back on the arms as well. Into a cover. Only gets a near fall. These two have met in the past in Full Impact Pro, so they have done battle with one another in recent time, although not here in ROH.
Roderick driving the knee into the back of Austin Aries. How much damage has he suffered to that back tonight? The chair shot early on from Jimmy Rave. The damage done in this matchup against 5 other competitors.
Now it's Aries trying to keep Roderick grounded. Head scissors by Roderick Strong.
You know, and if you're Austin Aries, could you be in there with a worse competitor to have a back injury with? Roderick Strong is the guy you don't want, but look at the strength of the neck by Aries off that head scissors. But you see him in the corner, doubled over, obviously in pain. He was able to get out of that move, but it still did damage.
You'll notice Roderick was trying to avoid Aries being caught in the leg scissors, because you know Aries likes to maneuver his way out of that and hit the drop kick right out of that hole.
Both these guys know each other so well, and obviously you said they've wrestled before, but just being teammates, you get to know a guy, what he does well, what he doesn't do well. They're going to try and exploit that as they're just hammering each other in the center of the ring now.
And that's why more often than not, battles between tag team partners oftentimes are the best matches that you find, because they know each other so well, because they can anticipate each other's maneuvers and counters. Either man going down, looking for that crucifix bomb.
Roderick, though, smartly goes right to the ropes. Aries unable to get him over. Roderick's trying to get him up on his shoulders, maybe to get that lump, try to drive the knees into the midsection like he's apt to do. There it was, but Aries saw it coming and able to escape.
Looking for the Boston Crab himself here on Roderick. Can't turn him over. Cartwheel, staying on his feet. Again, both men know each other so well, they're able to counter out of their opponent's maneuver before he even goes for it.
Said Aries had Roderick up looking for that crucifix bomb. Roderick goes to the ropes. Roderick hangs on to Aries up on the shoulders, tries to drive the knees. Aries escapes. It's a game of chess here between two guys who know each other so well.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Backs Austin Aries into the corner. No clean break. Knee to the midsection there. A forearm strike from Roderick Strong. Ducks out of the way of the chop, and Aries connects with one of his own. Effectively avoiding the chop of Roderick Strong.
Clotheslines him hard in the corner. That's the one thing you got to look for. Whenever Roderick Strong gets you in that corner, you know he's coming for the chop. And again, right to the back of Aries.
Very smart wrestling on the part of Roderick Strong, focusing on the weakness.
Aries needs to quickly try and get to his feet to alleviate a lot of the pressure of that hold, but Roderick drives the knee right to the small of the back.
Forearm shot. Roderick backs him into the corner. Reversal of the Irish whip.
Strong hits the buckles hard. Aries follows him in, but he's elevated to the apron. He tried to come back over like he does normally on that up and over, but Roderick catches him with an elbow and sends him to the floor.
And you got to wonder what's going through the mind of Austin Aries at this point in the match as his back absorbs another blow right into that steel barricade, realizing that at this point in the night, because of the injuries to his back, that he can't wrestle his strong style that he usually does. He can't use the big maneuvers such as the 450 splash. He tried it earlier, wasn't able to pull it off because of the injured back. So he has to wonder what kind of a strategy he needs to put to use to defeat his partner here.
Roderick seizing the opportunity again, going right to work on the back, whipping his friend hard to the barricade on the outside. But you know, when you're in a position like Austin Aries is in, that is exactly when you find out what you're made of. When you don't have all of your tools at your disposal, when you can't use everything that brought you to the dance, so to speak, do you have enough to reach down and find something else to make it work? That's the question Austin Aries has to ask himself now. What else can I do to get past Roderick Strong if I can't do what I do best?
Clubbing away on Roderick Strong, drives the shoulder into the midsection. Roderick out on the apron. Aries looking to suplex him back inside the ring. Trying to block. Roderick trying to suplex Aries to the floor here. Snaps the throat on that top ring rope.
Corkscrew press to the floor and both men are down.
Both of these men have really put their bodies on the line throughout the course of this evening to walk away as 2005 Survival of the Fittest winner. Putting their bodies through hell, all of the men competing in this matchup. They'll be feeling the effects for the next week or two.
Aries definitely feeling it right now. You know, he sacrificed himself. Pulling out the stops for a big offensive move. Senton back in, but again, right to the back. Drives the knee.
Way too close to the ropes. Pulls his arm away from the ropes, but still can't get him.
You can see after every offensive maneuver that he hits, Austin Aries immediately grabs at his back.
Slowly pulls Roderick back to his feet, connects with the forearm strike, does Aries. Follows him right into the ropes there.
Taking Roderick down.
Aries trying to not let that back injury get to him, trying to stay focused.
It's got to be difficult with the pain coursing through your body to concentrate on the task at hand. And again, right there, he couldn't hold him up for the suplex. However, Roderick is able to connect with that suplex into a backbreaker.
Crucial maneuver right there for Roderick Strong. More devastation to the back and able to counter out of. He could have been going for the brainbuster there on Roderick. Only gets two.
He might have been feeling the effects of his back so much that he was trying to end it with the brainbuster right there, but he was just unable to support the weight of Roderick Strong above his head. And now Roderick is going right back to work, belly to back, but he lands on his feet. Torture rack.
Inverted Finley roll, chest first down to the canvas, but he jarred his own back executing the maneuver. Cover by Aries. No, Roderick able to kick out. Again, you got to wonder what the strategy at this point in the night is going through the head of Austin Aries. Realizing what he can and can't do considering the injury.
You also got to question whether one match is worth putting yourself on the shelf for a long period of time. I know he wants this match, as does Roderick Strong, but how much damage has he done to that back?
Big boot connects with the side of the face, and Roderick dishes it right back out. Drives the knee into the midsection of Austin Aries. Sends him across the ring, he takes the buckle hard. Moves out of the way.
Side Russian leg sweep into the turnbuckles by Aries. Off the ropes. Drop kick, nowhere for Strong to go.
Well, that's one maneuver where it doesn't require a whole lot of back strength. He's going to go for the brain buster.
Can he get him up?
He does! Brain buster from Aries, but again, did more damage to his own back, executing the maneuver. And he tried the 450 earlier. Can he hit it this time?
Oh, this might be a mistake. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this off.
He's going to take a chance, but you got to take chances at this point.
Look at Roderick make his way to his feet and fire a right hand. He's going to follow up to the top, but Aries throws a left.
Both men up on the turnbuckles here. Roderick staying on his feet. Fires back on Aries.
Driving the knee to the midsection of Aries off the top.
He needs to go for the cover. He needs to crawl toward Austin Aries and cover that man. But he's so worn down, both men laying on the canvas. Forearm shot from Aries. Roderick with the chop. Back and forth they go.
Series of forearms from Aries off the ropes. Goes for the clothesline. Roderick half down to go for the backbreaker.
Crucifix bomb!
Good night.
Connects with that kick to the side of the head. Looking for the brainbuster again. No.
Half Nelson backbreaker by Strong. Another one. Going for the stronghold here.
Right in the middle of the ring.
Nowhere for Aries to go. How much can he take? He's gonna tap out right there. Roderick Strong has just become the winner of Survival of the Fittest. For Dave Prazak, Jimmy Bauer, I'm Lenny Leonard. We'll see you next week in New York for Kenta Kobashi.
Sorry for my breath, but that was the hardest spot match of my life. Oh, can't even talk, I'm sorry. You wrestled as long as I have, and used to be flat, motherfucker. No, Austin, like you stated before, we got in this little matchup between me and you. This last year, this solidified your spot. And I hope that everyone realizes that my win against Matt Hardy wasn't a fluke. And all the great matches I've had are not a fluke. 2005, 2006, 2007, and so on in my years. But you know what? Like you said, we will always be friends. And I wouldn't choose a better tag partner and a better friend than you. In Connecticut, American Dragon Brian Danielson, it's your turn to take on Roderick Strong. And like they say, only the strong survive.
プロレスリングノアの小橋健太です。ROH に来れて本当に昨日は、素晴らしい、夜を迎えることができました。また、このリングに上がりたいと思わせてくれるような素晴らしい、リングでした。またこのリングに帰ってきたいと思います。